What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun and Life. Welcome to our channel. We're reporting directly from Fort Myers, Florida, live until the power goes out. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. We're going to look at what's going on here in Florida. We are in Fort Myers directly, so we're actually in the storm as we speak. We're not reporting from somewhere else. We are here. We are literally in Fort Myers, in the path of this storm. So let me just verify that all my systems are working, functioning the way they should. We're getting an ad here. That's good.
You are live.
All right, cool, guys. Give me 1 second. We're good. Audio, awesome.
You're good.
Okay, guys. So we are in Fort Myers right now. Jose, if you have any questions, we're gonna try to live stream later on tonight in the morning as we're kind of in the path of the storm. We're literally in it. We are right here in Fort Myers, and you can see the blue dot where we are. We are literally in the path of this storm. What is it supposed to land? Well, it's supposed to be around 8 in the morning, but I'm not going to be able to sleep. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. We're having lots of tornadoes come through. In fact, to show you guys how many tornadoes we've had come through here, just so you have an idea how many tornadoes we've had come through here. We're here in Buckingham. As you can see, the tornadoes have kind of overlapped each other at this point. Luckily, I haven't seen any damage myself firsthand. We were close to tornadoes, though. But as you can see in the Buckingham area, they're overlapping each other. So there's been tornadoes back to back all through this area. And I want to go outside and actually live stream from the hurricane, but it looks like with these winds that we're going to have, I don't know if it's going to be possible to even get signal. Might be, if I get in the car, I might be trapped in the car, I won't be able to get back in the house. But anyways, we're right here in Fort Myers, and this thing's coming right at us. I don't know how we still have power, because usually you guys hear me complain about how we lose internet signal, we lose power, and somehow, for some reason, we've been able to maintain power through this whole thing. But we are...
That's a pretty big eye, too.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't, guys. I haven't been able to sleep at all. The tornado warnings have kind of stopped, but they've been getting tornado warnings on the other coast towards Fort Lauderdale, all that area. And by the way, the source is Windy. So this is Windy. You can see their logo right on top, windy.com. We got the weather channel, just so we verify the sources of what we're using here. We're using Windy. That's the source for this map. We're using the weather channel. We're using Tornado HQ for this. So, as you can see, we what I don't get is why we still have power. Usually, we lose power early on. I mean, I don't know if this is Lee County here. Maybe they're not just in Naples. They shut off the power right off the bat. But people in Naples are kind of more stupid, you could say. I'm really cracking up at how a lot of people from this coast went to this coast, and they've had more tornadoes. There's actually more wind right now because, see, we're kind of buffered by the land. All the landmass, we're here on the coast, we're in here, but all this landmass kind of buffers us. But the people that are staying on the other coast, they're actually not buffered at all. Like in Miami right now, Key Biscayne, they're having winds. Yeah, let me get a reading here for what's going on in Key Biscayne. Wind. I'm gonna go right to settings real quick. Miles per hour. Not giving me a reading for some reason. Okay, doesn't want to give me a reading right now. Oh, there it is. 28 miles per hour. So Miami's got 28 miles per hour, and along Key Biscayne, they're 34 miles an hour. So, you know, the land's kind of buffering us from the strongest wind right now. So even where we are now, the winds aren't that bad. Marco Island, on the other hand, though, they've got parts of Marco Island that are getting winds 34 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. So sustained winds. These are sustained winds. So that means like that's like a constantly blowing thing. We have nothing more than a few fallen trees and minor flooding in South Florida, but the hurricane is near like another Charlotte. It's exactly like a Charlotte. In fact, I made a video saying this is going to be another Charlie, and maybe people thought I was crazy, but here we are. It's blowing pretty good over Sanibel Island, 34 miles an hour sustained. Boca Grande is getting about 30 miles an hour sustained, but as you can see, like when it comes to wind, we're kind of buffered. It's like a buffer, like being a little bit further inland. So where we are right here, we're kind of buffered from the wind. Up here where we are right now, 18 miles, 20 miles per hour sustained winds. Seems about right looking out the window. Now this part of Fort Myers, 30 miles an hour, so it's pretty windy along Punta Rasa, Fort Myers Beach. Good evening, Jose. What up, mate? I'm looking at some of these guys that are live streaming right now. I was watching one guy live stream. Now he's like a weather guy. He's got like 30,000 people, like 5,000 people watching his live stream. And I'm sitting here like, dude, I can't believe this guy's got 5,000 people watching his live stream. The guy sucks. Really sucks. How does he have... I'm like, if this guy's got 4,000 people watching his live stream, I'm going to go live. Now, Key West has really been a different story. It's been blowing, 50 miles per hour sustained. The Upper Keys, Big Pine, 50 miles per hour sustained for a while now. Even Marathon's been in the 40s, so the wind in the Keys has not stopped. The Keys, the palm trees are shaking right now. They've been shaking for a while. Surprisingly, the tip of Everglades National Park as well. But you can see anything in the yellows. Now out here, when you look at the storm, it's not like a teardrop. It's not like it's like a teardrop. If you look at the storm, the eye. So the cloud cover is doing one thing. The rain's doing one thing, but these are the actual winds, and I love this windy app. When I used to do pigeon racing, we used to look at this map because it's so accurate. But if you look at the actual storm, when you look at the winds, you'll see that the blues are like 70 mile per hour winds. So you can see there's winds, those stronger. These are, this is sustained winds, so there'll be gusts in there way higher than that. But you can see how strange the actual wind patterns are. Now, the eye in the middle, it'll be nothing. Like, it'll literally be nothing going on in the middle. You live, que hola, mi hermano. MMK dice que estoy en Lehigh and we're afraid to lose power soon. Bro, yo no sé how the crap we got power still, because I'm in Lehigh too. I'm in this part of Lehigh right here, bro. I'm in Buckingham, okay? So I'm up in here. Y yo todavía, we still got power, so I don't know how, but we have it, and it's been okay. I hope it stays on. Normally we lose power. Oh, by the way, if the live stream just totally fails, then we lost power. But I don't know what's going to happen is, will my live stream, because it's encoded, will my live stream still keep going in the background? That would be an interesting thing to watch. Stay safe, guys. We love you. Hey, appreciate you, Shane Turner, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, it's interesting. Now, Cape Coral, look at Cape Coral, though. They got sustained winds of 25, 30 miles an hour. So, along the coast, they're definitely feeling it. But I love this windy app, man. This windy app shows you the actual wind speeds. It's awesome because it just gives you like a real... Naples is definitely going to get it. I mean, Naples is already... They had a tornado. I'll show you the tornadoes that came through earlier. You're not supposed to see that. I accidentally clicked on the live stream. Now, Naples, earlier today, look at... This is like the path of tornadoes we've had. Now, there was one tornado that didn't make land. Like, it was around Golden Gate City, and it moved this way, supposedly. But Naples, look at how many overlapping... Look how many tornadoes have come through... like the Golden Gate Estates, the far Golden Gate Estates. Look how many tornadoes have come through Broward County. Like, a lot of people from Southwest Florida went to Fort Lauderdale, and they've had nonstop... These are all tornadoes. The area that I live in, you can see we've even had tornadoes overlap each other over here, so... yeah, it's definitely been a lot of tornadoes. Let me just zoom out so you can see all the tornadoes. You can see that West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie. There's been a cluster around Broward County, a cluster just east of Naples, and a cluster here where I live. So we had a few clusters of tornadoes kind of overlapping each other so far. Do you think this map is accurate from your prior hurricane experience with flooding? Well, the thing about flooding is every storm is different. Now, there's more. I can get more information here on windy. Like, I can look at clouds, waves, air quality, Rain and thunder. So let's switch it to rain and thunder. Like, I guess this is where it's like a whole different, like, this is like rain and thunder. So you can see on here, this might actually be like like, so Naples might actually about to be getting it right here. So there's different ways to look at a storm. The thing about rain and thunder is it's hard to tell with hurricanes. This is a slow moving storm. Some of the first, like Irma, for example. Irma was a wind event. Irma didn't carry that much rain. Like, there's parts, like, I have a video. I think it's on my desktop. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can here. This was during Irma. Here's a video during Irma. And during Irma, look how, that's the wind, right? But look, see how the raindrops are, like, really small? It was almost like the rain was like dust. This is an actual video that I recorded during Hurricane Irma, and you can see that like the rain was almost like a fine powder. Okay, so you have sometimes where the rain is like really light, like with Irma, and then you have other times where the rain is kind of like heavier. Like if you watch my live stream earlier, you'll see that the rain was very heavy. So the ground's already saturated. So flooding, it's going to depend on, like, there's areas that are going to flood no matter what. But the ground's already saturated. So it's going to depend really on how much rain we get. But, like, Irma, like, as you can see, Irma was more of a wind hurricane. It wasn't really like a water hurricane. Like, Irma didn't bring a huge amount of water. Even then, places like Venice Springs still flooded badly for a very long time. So I think this storm is a little bit different in a lot of ways. This is more like a Charlie, I think. But the areas that you can expect flooding, I guess, like I said, Bonita Springs is definitely going to get really bad flooding. They predict that a lot of parts of Cape Coral we're getting flooding just with afternoon rain. Let's switch here. Let's see what else we got. Rain and thunder. Rain accumulation so far. So this is an interesting map of rain accumulation. So you can see, it looks like rain accumulation's a totally different thing. We really haven't had that much rain so far. Like, I just looked outside and it's flooded because it's been flooding. We've been saturated. And keep in mind, guys, we're actually in Fort Myers right now. You can see the blue dot where we are. We're actually in Fort Myers, so I don't know how the crap we haven't lost power yet. When I lived in Naples, we would have lost power a long time ago. But I guess here in Lee County, for some reason, our internet signal's been good. And maybe it's because a lot of people left the area, so maybe there's less pressure on the towers. But our internet signal's been surprisingly good, and our power hasn't failed once. So if you're talking about infrastructure, I'm really surprised that, we still have power and we still have internet. I'm personally surprised by those two things. But what I really like to look is at the wind patterns. That's really what I keep an eye out. Because once you see these reds and especially these blues, when these 70 mile per hour, 60 mile per hour sustained winds, when this right here makes it on land, that's when we're really going to be looking at So it might take a while for that, because it seems like the storm's really moving kind of slow. Since it's got, like, it moved pretty quickly through here, but it's kind of been stalled out there. Now, when you look at the actual track, I mean, it's exactly what I told you guys. And I'm not a meteorologist, but I told you guys exactly what we're looking at here now. Which was, I told you guys this was going to be a Hurricane Charlie. And look at the track. This is the same exact track of Hurricane Charlie. You know what I mean? And I told you guys this, a few days ago. I mean, like, I was like, yo, I'm really confident that this is starting to look like a Hurricane Charlie. When was it? Let's see. I made the prediction. Let's see on my YouTube channel. It might have been. Well, let's see here. So let's look at my videos real quick. So Charlie, Hurricane Charlie. Let's see. Okay, here, another Charlie. So 23 hours ago, when they were saying it was 23 hours ago, they were saying, here's the video. 23 hours ago, they were saying that this crap was gonna go all the way to Tampa, but now, I told you guys, I don't think it's going to go to Tampa. I told you guys it's going to be another Hurricane Charlie, which Hurricane Charlie went right through here. In fact, it's the same exact track as Hurricane Charlie. Literally, the track of Hurricane Charlie was literally there through a little bit, maybe a little bit more off than maybe like this right here was the track of Hurricane Charlie. So literally, we're talking a mile away from Hurricane Charlie. So I told you guys that 23 hours ago. I told you guys I really suspect that this is starting to look like a Hurricane Charlie to me. And it's just like Charlie. They initially thought Charlie was supposed to go north of Tampa. It's just like this one. But they've narrowed it down between Sarasota, so between Bird Key and how far? They've actually extended it to Naples Park. So even Naples is literally in the cone. Like, not the city of Naples, but Naples Park is in the cone. You're right. Here in Hialeah, here in Lee, I can't believe it's easy to confuse. Aquí en Lehigh, when a little rain, we always lose the power. It's crazy. I don't understand. Like usually we lose power all the time for nothing. But so far, we haven't lost power here, which has been surprising. And not only have we not lost power, but the phone signal hasn't failed. I can't believe that so deep into the storm, I'm doing this right now. Belinda dice, thank God you're okay. Still praying for you guys. Thank you. Englewood, Florida, possible. You were right. Yeah, I told you guys 23 hours ago when they were telling you guys this thing's going to go to Tampa. I was like, bro, this is going to be a Hurricane Charlie. And if you look at the current track, no, there's still. I mean, that's a very narrow track. You're saying from Sarasota to Bonita Springs and Naples Park. That's very narrow. Surprisingly, they got the line going exactly where Charlie went. In fact, I remember with Hurricane Charlie, when you crossed the bridge on 75, all the grass on this side was dead. And that was a Category 3 at landfall. So this ain't making a Category 4 landfall. This is going to be catastrophic. And hopefully for us, we're right here. We're in this area right here. Hopefully for us, we didn't even board up the house because I'm in a rental property. I was thinking the landlord was going to do it, and I didn't. How far is the eye from you now? So that's a good question. Let's see here. So there's 100 miles between here and here. 100 miles. So looks like 150, 140. I would say about 170, 180 miles. Maybe just under 200 miles. So it's been moving really slowly. Like, this thing has not been moving fast at all. So at 8 a.m., it's going to be out passing Naples. Now, will it continue on this track through the center, or will it push towards Naples? Because Irma came in through here, Marco Island, south of Marco Island. This island has a name. I can't remember the name. I think it's Romano. I can't remember the name of this island. But this island here, this is where Irma came in through here, and then it went right through here. And actually, I was in the eye of Irma. And now with Charlie, I stayed here, and we got the whole eye wall. Because Charlie went further north, but we got hit hard. And already you can see, like, the thing about Naples is, okay, like right now, for example, just so you have an idea of how Naples is. So when you look at wind speeds, out in the Estates it's 20 miles per hour, but towards the beach it's 30. So, you know, there's a 10 mile per hour difference, you know, from the coast to here. And the same thing in the winter of temperature. So, like I said, landmass is like a real buffer, both for cold weather and for wind. So right now, Naples got 30 miles an hour, but, you know, it's 15 miles around. It's 15 out by Amaka. So there's like a 15 mile per hour wind difference. So if you were out here for, let's say you're out in the Estates for Hurricane Charlie, you might have just had 100 mile per hour winds, 98 miles per hour. But we got 120 miles per hour winds because my wood hood is right here. I'm talking. And let me show you guys something about flooding. Like, you guys were asking me about flooding. So during Hurricane Irma, we had storm surge come in. So all this is the Cocohatchee River. The water comes in through the Cocohatchee River. I think this might be better on maps. Let me see if I can open up Google Maps. It might be a much better way to look at this. Let me look at this on maps real quick. So I'll show you guys. Look how fast my internet's never been this fast. That's the funny thing. Normally, I can believe we're up to 300 people. What the crap? Okay, so during Hurricane Irma, my old hood was right here. See where it says the Holocaust? That's where my old hood is, right here, okay? So my old house, the house that I used to live in, that's the house I used to live in. You can see it right there. They demolished it after I sold it to them. So that's my old house. So with Hurricane Irma, so you understand something about storm surge and all that. So the storm surge came in. Now the winds blew out of the south, just like they did now. So the winds weren't even blowing. They weren't blowing inland. They were just kind of north to south. But either way, here's the Cocohatchee River. So the water. This is Wiggins Pass, Barefoot Beach on the north, and Wiggins Pass on the south. The water came in all through the Cocohatchee River, all through here, and then it flooded into all this area here, which is a bunch of there's Kohler's Reserve, and then eventually, when my neighborhood flooded, the water actually was flowing backwards. So even though the water was in this direction over here, you can see the water's in this direction. The street that I used to live on, the water actually came in through here. So the storm surge came all the way up through here. It flooded all this, and then it worked its way through this road, and then it flooded my street. So like the water actually came from inland and then flooded the street backwards. So instead of the water coming from, because this is like a wall. US 41's like a wall. So instead of the water coming from the west, the water actually came in from the east. The river flooded all this area here, and then it pushed back water into my own neighborhood. So storm surge can be quite an interesting phenomenon, and it doesn't always work the way you think it will. Now, some of these bands that came in earlier in the day, they were actually pretty, like, let me backtrack to Hurricane a little bit. Like, this band right here was actually pretty scary. Like, the wind was howling and everything. And then, by now, you know, where we're at now, I don't really hear the wind howling or anything. So we actually had some pretty good bands. It seems like it's been pretty calm. We're way closer to the storm now. When these bands here hit Naples, you're gonna feel this one. When this one here comes, you're gonna feel this one in Naples. This band right here you're gonna feel that. So I don't even understand why we actually have so much signal. I think it's because a lot of people left. I think the real problem with signal in Southwest Florida amounts to nothing more than it's overcharged. So it's like a lot of people left the area, so now there's actually pretty good phone signal because there's less people using the same towers, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, so we're having pretty good internet signal, which is surprising because, like I said, man, do we struggle with internet signal here. We actually have 400 people watching. I'm glad we have 400 people watching, and I'm inside my house safe. I want to go outside once it actually picks up. I actually want to go outside and do some like actual, but I mean I'm still not sure with safety what's going to happen here. I can hear it starting to pick up a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain and thunder. Let me show you guys temperature. As you can see, it's pretty warm, and you can see there's a difference between the temperature over the water. So this is all fuel for the storm. Let's look at the satellite real quick. There's the actual satellite image of what the storm looks like with cloud cover and everything. So quite a big chunk, and look at all this cloud goes all the way back out to there. Kind of an interesting view right there, but we're in it. Like we're definitely like we still haven't got to those stronger bands, but we're definitely in it. I like to look at the waves too. This is like the waves in the ocean. So this is a really cool thing. So right now the waves out there are 25 feet tall, but if you look at the coast, there's actually sometimes it doesn't give you the reading. Not sure. Oh, 5 feet. So the Gulf is still pretty calm. Even in Tampa Bay, 2 feet of water. Like, the waves 2 feet. So that's about average. Most of the Gulf, some parts of the Gulf are 4 feet waves. It's a little high, but once you get way out there, the waves right now are 26 feet. So definitely look at Key West, guys. That is scary. Right outside of Key West, 14 feet. 10 feet, but on the south side of the Keys, 14-foot waves. And as you move closer to the storm, you got 26-foot seas out there. That's kind of scary. But along the coast, even in Naples, 6-foot waves. So it's a little bit. It's starting to get there in Naples. 6-foot waves. Let's see what Sanibel's got going on. 5-foot waves. So eventually, you know, even like the big waves are still offshore. Um, you know, so it's still most of the action. Interestingly enough, when you look at waves, and same thing when you look at winds, you'll notice. Just look how simply how much the Florida Keys. Look how much of a barrier it is for the Florida Everglades. I mean, it's like it perfectly protects the Florida Everglades and the mangrove system. So if you pay attention, but it's weird how, like, a lot of people went from down here went to the other coast. They've had a lot of tornadoes, as you can see here. That for Port St. Lucie, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, they've had tornadoes. They have, you know, pretty good wave action in Miami. In fact, 7-foot seas way out. Let's see, Fort Lauderdale, pretty good seas out there as well. This is the most people we've ever had on a live stream, by the way. So if you're not new, if you're watching and you're new, please feel free to subscribe. New live stream record. You see live cameras on Florida. If you non-stop rain calm, that's your Indian. So I've never had this many people on a live stream. This is awesome. And I'm inside my house. Later on, we're going to live stream. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like. And make sure you get notifications, because at some point we're going to go out there live. If the phone signal remains, I want to be out there live. It's awesome that we're doing it from inside the house, because, like I said, it's scary out there. But when you look at the waves, you'll see that there's actually a lot of waves all the way up to West Palm Beach. And when you look at the wind, it's doing the same exact thing with the wind. There's actually more wind right now in Miami, further inland, than there is out here. So it's kind of interesting how a lot of people from our area switched over to here, but they're getting actually more rain, more tornadoes, more wind. It's actually been crazier along the other coast so far. Of course, when this moves onshore, it'd be interesting to know if Miami, let's say, just because they're on the water, and they might actually get some pretty good impacts in Miami, regardless. Great live on-scope reporting. Awesome. On-scene reporting. Yeah, we're on the ground. We're in Fort Myers. So if you're in Southwest Florida, what I want you to know is, of course, North Naples is going to flood. So, you know, the Cocohatchee River is you know, you can expect, being that this is going to take the same trajectory as Hurricane Irma, I can almost tell you that, you know, being just about the same wind speed, same situation as Irma. Now, Irma was different in that it went south of Naples, and when it comes to storm surge, that can make a huge difference. With storm surge, exactly where the eye is, 30-40 miles makes a huge difference. Irma came in through here, south of Marco Island. But let's assume we get some storm surge situations, areas where you would still want to look out for. Definitely, let's say the Cocohatchee River in Naples is a point that's of interest. You know, Gordon River in Naples, with Hurricane Irma, at first they had the water actually go out. So you could actually, if you were on US 41, it was kind of weird. But right here on US 41, the Gordon River, you could actually, like, see the sand at the bottom because all the water retreated with Hurricane Irma. So storm surge can be a positive or a negative. It just depends specifically on which where the water goes. But all this here was exposed. The Gordon River, because it landed south of Marco Island, the water actually got sucked out. So all this was exposed. Boats were on the ground during in downtown Naples. So the Gordon River has a tendency to do that, and it's all going to depend on, you know, exactly where it lands. Like, landfall can make a huge difference on storm surge. Obviously, Marco Island's going to get a real. I think Marco Island's definitely, just because it's exposed. I mean, even now, if you look at the wind speeds, you know, when you look at the wind speeds, you can see that Marco Island's already got 30-mile-per-hour winds. So Marco Island, even if it lands, you know, Northport, you know, Fort Myers, even Venice, Marco Island is definitely going to have a lot of a wind situation going on. 2017 was Irma. Now, Charlie was an interesting storm, to say the least. So if you're on Marco Island, you know, you're gonna, even if you're in Marco Island, you're exposed. I mean, Marco Island is an island on the other side of the Barrier Reef. So all this area here, like, you know, storm surge can definitely be an issue all through here. And they'll actually point out maps where they show storm surge, but again, it'll make a huge difference. Like if it were to land south of Marco Island, it would be one thing. If it were north of Marco Island, it'd be a totally different. That's the way storm surge works. As you guys know, I've mentioned this before. The Imperial River in Bonita Springs is a huge problem for flooding. I don't know if they've made any changes or improvements since the last hurricane, but there's areas in Bonita Springs like this corner right here. From Dean Street all the way to Chapman, this area here, the water was, literally 4 or 5 feet, 4 to 5 feet for months on end. So this area here, you can expect it's just some incredible flooding on a street level in Bonita Springs, and it's all because of the Imperial River, which is a small river, but it drains an area that's part of the Crew Swamp, and you can see this is where it gets interesting. So all through Bonita, it's a natural river, but further inland, it's part of their critical flow water, which is pretty much man-made canals, and there's actually this right here, but the water actually flows over it. So this is all man-made. Usually this is at a pretty high level. So this is actually June 2022. This is a pretty high level. This is supposed to be about a 10-foot drop off. So here's at a pretty high level. But what happens is, with a hurricane, this will, what happened?
We've had 1,000 people.
1,000 people watching. That's incredible. Yeah, that's the most we've ever had. I'm watching. I see. So with that, all this will become like, there'll be water all through here. This little river right here, the Imperial River, will be just way over. I mean, the water will be almost to the road here on Bonita Grand, and what it does is it drains this area back here. That is an environmental area called the Crew Swamp, and they've built these fire lanes out here in the middle of nowhere. Now, this interference with nature. So this is a protected area. In theory, there's not supposed to be anything out here, but they've created. See, there used to be. Well, here's before. So this is a 2007. So in 2007, this was nothing more than dirt trails. And it was just a small little dirt trail. But, so this is a great thing. They have this from 2007. So in 2007, these were all dirt trails. And the water would flow through here. But they were just dirt trails. But now they cleared it. You can see how wide of a path they've cleared. And they call this a fire lane. And you can see it's just like a wide, it's like, I don't know, 400 feet wide or something. It's ridiculous. Maybe like 300 feet. I don't know. It's a wide path. Which is like a highway for water. In fact, you can see water accumulating here. But here's the problem with this. See, they've literally created like a highway for water. Now, you can't go in these areas with a vehicle. This is only trails. You're only allowed to be in here if you're dealing with walking and stuff. And sometimes they don't even let you walk back there. But see, they created these things called firewalls to prevent fires. And you can see they just cleared a giant road. And when it rains, all this water here. Now, this is all a swamp. The Crew Rockery Swamp. This is all swampland. You can see it's all swampland. It's all a giant swamp. And what happens with Bonita Springs is they created canals and quote-unquote firewalls that channel all that water straight into the city of Bonita Springs. Now, it's a man-made disaster is what I would call it. Do you have signal? How's the live stream going? Because their Wi-Fi. I need another phone. So I can watch the live stream because the regular.
Your phone's right there.
Okay, give it to me. The Wi-Fi failed. So all right, so the Wi-Fi failed on a, what is that? HughesNet? What do they have? HughesNet or CenturyLink?
HughesNet.
HughesNet just failed, but we have different sources of internet here. Okay, so we got 1,000 people watching. That's incredible. HughesNet. Oh, it's back. Okay, cool. It's back. So reconnect that. HughesNet's failed for a minute. It's back on.
It over there.
Connected there. Oh, here? Do you have a charger?
There's chargers over
Give
there.
it, bro. I got 1,000 people.
Over.
I got 1,000 people watching, bro. I gotta take care of this.
Yeah.
It's too short. Let me see. So HughesNet just failed, but I got HughesNet and I also have a hotspot. So we're working with multiple things here. So anyways, it's ridiculous that, with Bonita Springs, of course they're going to throw an ad in there. With Bonita Springs, that they literally created a highway for the water to pretty much flood the whole city. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and it's all because of the South Florida Water Management District and their genius. Gotta get that 5G, bro. I am. Trust me. We live in a place where there's not a lot of infrastructure. Just leave it at that, okay? I'm doing the best I can. It's a very wet, so it's a seasonal swamp, okay? You can walk through it, like so in the dry season in the winter you can walk through it. In the summer it's a swamp. So during the summer, the wet season, it's a complete swamp, and but anyways, in the winter it's dry. You can walk through it. Most of it's dry except for a few water holes. Anyways, they created like a highway that pretty much feeds into the Imperial River and floods the city of Bonita. Now, before they created these firewalls, Bonita didn't used to flood like that. So it's almost like a man-made disaster, the flooding situation in Bonita. Do you have your hot spot though? Yes. And again, I don't even know how the crap we have signal right now. So this is a miracle that this deep into the storm, we still have power and we still have internet, fast internet. So it's weird. It declared so fast, Wimp compared to Andrew. We'll see. Anyway, so with the flooding situation, guys, Bonita Springs, for some reason or another, it's gonna flood. The Imperial River is gonna flood, and it's a man-made disaster. It used to, the Imperial River's always flooded, but with these firewalls and the corkscrew swamp, which, by the way, if it's a natural protected area, why are they building roads in the middle of... These are giant... These are like billion-dollar projects, And the same thing out in the Everglades with the Restore the Flow project. So if you go on the other side of Naples, there's an environmental project over here. You can see this. Again, you're not allowed to live out here. You're not even allowed to go out. You can walk through these trails, but you're not allowed to drive through most of them. There's only I think on every so the streets, numbered streets, you're not allowed to drive on any of these. You're allowed to drive on Everglades. These are giant, and again, South Florida Water Management District has created these giant structures. These are see, they're giant walls that they've created out in the middle of the Everglades. So what I want you guys to understand is a lot of the flooding and problems and when we have a hurricane, a lot of the problems are actually created by the state of Florida. Like the Florida Water Management District is working on what they call the Restore the Everglades project out here. I don't know what they're doing in the Corkscrew Swamp, but these are giant. I don't think you guys realize, people in Florida even know that they're building these giant mounds out in the middle of the Everglades. These things are monstrosities of structures. I mean, I'm talking... These are probably billion-dollar projects way out in the middle of the Everglades. And this, I don't know how this is going to affect. It might just flood all the Golden Gate estates really bad. So the same thing that happened in Bonita, where now Bonita floods because of man-made disaster. Like here's Bonita, it floods because of what the Florida Water Management District did out here in the Crew. I wonder if their projects here in the Picayune Strand are going to cause flooding for the residents of the Golden Gate estates in Naples. That's a very interesting question of what direction is that going to take. He's talking about how this whole area is built without brains. Exactly. It's all this affects hurricanes, obviously, because it contributes to flooding. Ironically, even here on Vanderbilt, I was recently on Vanderbilt. I actually did a video on Gulf Shore Drive, which is like the walk of the billionaires, like literally Billionaire Row in Naples. And this area floods. The street actually floods. Gulf Shore Drive, which is, one of the main coastal roads in Naples, one of the richest cities in Florida. All this floods. For some reason, this floods just with an afternoon shower. You can actually make out. You can see that it floods because the road's cracked right here. All this floods. And this is this is like a rich area. Look at this guy. He's got a big bangsa. This is what happens when you get some money. This is like a self-explanatory photo. You got a guy with a beer belly. Old guy with a beer belly with a young chick. Money can do some incredible things, except fix the street flooding problems that they have out here. But, it's interesting to see how much the storm surge... Whoa, somebody gave us $100.
Oh, wow.
Yo, who was that? Build your own super chat. Barb Young. Oh my gosh, Barb, you're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barb. Oh my God, that's unexpected. Wow.
Wow, thank
Awesome,
you so
Barb.
much.
Welcome to our channel, Barb. We do everything Florida related. We're the real Florida experts. I wasn't gonna go live on, like, I just saw another guy live streaming, like, on YouTube, and I'm like, this guy sucks. I can do this better. So I decided to go live on this. Guys, I do want to go live during the hurricane. I'm gonna get out there. The problem that I have, I live in Buckingham, so I'm out here, and I want to get out to like Palm Beach Boulevard or like a major boulevard. But the problem is, there's only one way in and out of Buckingham. It's Buckingham Road, and it floods. So, because the Orange River, that's another flooding area. So the Orange River comes through here. This will all flood. So, my fear is that if I leave my neighborhood and head out to Fort Myers, I won't be able to get back in. Possibly, I can get back in by going all the way down 80 and coming down Joel and then sneaking my way through all these blocks back into my neighborhood. The problem with that is that we've already had several tornadoes that have ripped through there. I'll show you guys the path of some of these tornadoes. And with the path of these tornadoes that have already ripped through the area, I don't know if there's... You can see there's been tornadoes ripped through the area. So I don't know if there's going to be blocked roads or if they won't let me through or whatever. So there's definitely a potential... there's definitely a huge potential that if I leave to go into Fort Myers, I could live stream in my neighborhood, but that's kind of creepy. Like, I don't want to do that. But anyways, awesome, Barb. That's awesome. Let's refresh this real quick and see what's going on with this storm, guys. I'm so nervous. As you guys know, I can hear pounding rain outside right now. Pounding rain. So you can see there's... Let me see what's going on with the... Let's refresh this as well. Usually my internet is never this quick. So I want you guys to understand, too, I struggle to get fast internet, okay? Normally, like, pulling up this page would take me quite a while. And that was actually pretty quick to pull it up. I think because so many people left Southwest Florida that there's less, like, people using the same towers. And that's why we're getting good signal. Because the internet signal's been incredible. Unless you have a yellow brick road... Storm surge shouldn't be a problem. Let me see what you guys got going on here. I can't believe we got 1,600 people watching the live stream. That's awesome. I've never had this many people watching the live stream. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, please subscribe to our channel. We do everything Florida. And we travel across America as well. So make sure you follow our channel. This is incredible. There's 1,600 people watching this live stream. And I'm in the path of... Like, I don't even know how I have internet and have power yet. So if this whole thing shuts off, you guys know what happened. When this shuts off means... we lost power, and we're going to lose power. I don't know how the crap we still got power, considering we're in the path of the storm. So, all you people that are watching, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. We're an awesome channel. I'm not an idiot. I look like an idiot, but I'm not. So, I mentioned this already, but I'll mention it one more time. Category 4 is... I've never been through a Category 4. I've been through through 3 or 4 Category 3s. I've never been through a Category 4. I just know that this is going to be the most terrifying thing in my life because I live right here, and I'm pretty much in the path of this thing. So tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, we're going to have some terrifying moments. It's already 3 a.m., and it's been crazy. So, like I said, I want to get out there, but I feel like if I get out, flooding is going to be a problem. Not only flooding, there's huge oak trees all through here. So, like, not only is there a problem with flooding, but I'll show you guys what Cemetery Road looks like. The way out of my neighborhood, what it looks like, is you can see there's trees right up against the road. Big oak trees right up against the road. So my fear is if I leave my neighborhood, I might not be able to get out. Now the good thing is, people here start to clean up right away. One of the beautiful things about people in Buckingham, Golden Gate Estates, Lehigh Acres, is as soon as this thing's over, before it stops raining, there's going to be people out there with chainsaws clearing these roads. And I'm not talking the government. I'm talking the people of Florida. The people in Florida are awesome. At least down here, they get to business. So, you can see Orange River, another horrible flooding situation. The Orange River comes all through, leaves outside of Fort Myers, and all these beautiful... This is a beautiful area, guys. It's a shame that, these rivers cause flooding because... As you can see from Google imagery, everything along the Orange River in Fort Myers, you're talking, look at the size of these houses, big houses, palm trees, beautiful area. Beautiful area, but flooding along the Orange River is a problem. And, living here in Buckingham, hurricanes is definitely one of the downsides of this area in that You know, beautiful, beautiful natural area. But these little creeks right here, these beautiful creeks right here, turn into scary rivers, flooding, overflowing their banks, and they stay like that. I don't know about Orange River here, so I can't speak on it. But I know the Imperial River in Bonita, 3 to 4 weeks before water recedes to a reasonable level. So you know, these flooding events in Bonita Springs, these are in probably the Orange River. This isn't like it floods for a day or two. These rivers can be flooded for weeks on end, and the Imperial River is gorgeous. I'll show you guys what the Imperial River looks like in downtown Bonita. But you can see it's gorgeous. You have, you know, big giant coconut trees. There's parks along the river. Both sides. There's the Everglades Wonder Gardens. That's all there. But despite being absolutely a gorgeous tropical wonderland, when these rivers start to push all that water from that hurricane, you can expect some serious flooding in the area. All along the coast, you guys know Estero Bay pushes up Henry Creek. This area all had to evacuate, and with reason. Like, I'll give you an example. You see these apartments back here. They're kind of far inland, so you're thinking, okay, I'm way the crap up here. Like, I'm so far. I'm almost to US 41, but like, look how far it is from the ocean. But all these mangrove swamps and creeks and rivers, places like Henry Creek, all that water will push up. And these communities that are way out here, these apartment complexes, all this, is susceptible to some very serious flooding. Let me read through some of these comments real quick. I know I'm ignoring you guys kind of, and I hate doing that. But with 2,400 people watching, I don't even know how I could... Port St. Lucie predictions. Well, you've already had some... you'll be okay in Port St. Lucie overall. You're not going to get the worst of it. The worst of it is going to be when you look at the winds, you know, like this circle right here. This circle right here where you have 65, 70 mile per hour winds that are sustained. This is probably going to be about 100 miles across. Let's see here. Yeah, about almost 100 miles across. This area here where you have sustained winds of, you know, between 60, 70 miles. These are sustained winds. I mean, like right now, this is, you know, 75 miles per hour sustained. That means that it doesn't stop at less than that. I can hear a monster pounding outside, so it's definitely starting to rain here. Thank you, Hendrix. Oh, awesome. You guys are the best. Lakeland Boricuas in the house. Saludos a toda mi gente Boricua. Los quiero. All my Cubans, all my Boricuas, all my New Yorkers that are just experiencing their first hurricane. You're about to have your Florida baptism for real. If you write it out, and if I don't care if you're from New York, if you're from California, if you're writing out your first, if this is your first time writing out a hurricane, if you write it out in your house after this hurricane, you are officially a Floridian. Bum, bum, bum. You're a Floridian, okay? For real. Saludos a mis Boricua, a mis Cubano, everybody watching from Florida. So what's interesting about Port St. Lucie is, like, already you've had tornadoes go through there. So let me back out in the tornado. Let me refresh the tornado tracker, see if there's anything new going on. And sure enough, there's another tornado coming up. This one looks pretty bad. So if you're in Clewiston, please be careful. Rancho Montura, Clewiston, be very careful. This one, lots of reds. So we're about to get pounded with you know. And again, I know we got 2,500 people watching this right now, but if I lose you guys all of a sudden, it's because we lost power. So, because I'm actually in Fort Myers, right here in the center, we're actually in this thing, baby. We're gonna be riding through this storm. I hope my house survives. So what I'll tell you about Clewiston right now, really important. This is a very powerful storm. So Clewiston, Harlem Heights, Moore Haven, for real, yo. So Clewiston, Harlem, probably South Bay, maybe not so much South Bay, but if I was in Belgrade, I'd be careful with this one, guys. So Henry County, inland, be careful. Rancho Montura, Clewiston, cuídense, esto va para allá, and possibly could make its way on the Sebring later on today. So this one here is the only tornado active right now. There's been times today where there's been 4 or 5 at the same time. So please, 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 please be careful. Clewiston, this is heading your way. If there isn't a tornado, at least it's going to be a very nasty storm. We're getting some pounding rain outside. I can hear it. We're almost to 3,000 people on this live stream. I can't believe this crap. This is wild. I've never had this many people on a live stream. This is awesome. So please subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed. Eternal Life, it may be on your end, unless anybody else is having problems. 3,000 people watching, that is wild. I've never had this many people watch a live stream, so this is crazy. And I'm actually going to be in Fort Myers. I'm in the heart of this thing. So the thing about Port St. Lucie, up on the East Coast is you've already had some tornadoes move through the area. You can see earlier today there was tornadoes all through there. So being so close to the water, when we hop back into this map, this is the winds. You'll see there's pretty good wind coming all through the East Coast because, it gives the ocean gives a little bit of momentum to it. So you can still get some pretty heavy rain. A lot of people talked about if this storm came in through Naples, took LaBelle, Okeechobee. In that case, specific areas could definitely have impact. So if you're further down the road, that's like if you're in the Orlando area, further down the road, here's what's going to happen. Obviously, this wide 100-mile path of 70-mile-per-hour winds, 75-mile-per-hour winds, this wide path of winds, when it gets up here, it'll get smaller. So Wauchula, Arcadia, Sebring, you're going to get some pretty good winds. Now, it may be more localized, so for example, Marco Islands may be way the crap out here. Bird Island and Sarasota might be out there, but because they're on the water, they're going to get it harder, But further inland, definitely you could have your moments, but it's not going to be as wide, okay? It's not going to be as wide of a path. So, let's say Orlando might get, let's say it went through Orlando. Orlando might get 120-mile-per-hour winds in some places, or at least wind gusts. But if you go to, let's say, I don't know, Davenport or Claremont over here, they might just have 60-mile-per-hour winds. So the further inland it gets, the smaller this cone will get. But you can see the considerable winds are pushing from outside of Tampa Bay all the way down to the Florida Keys. And this cone of wide winds will definitely get smaller. But if you're anywhere along the coast from Bradenton all the way to Marco Island, bro, you're gonna feel this thing. Inland communities like Wauchula, let's suppose it took this track right here. Okay, let's say it went right down the middle. It would just annihilate Punta Gorda. Category 4 is horrendous. Mobile homes. I hope you're not watching this from a mobile home for sure. Okay. Arcadia would be like blue tarps for miles. Arcadia, if it took this route right here, Arcadia, you would have some serious damage. Wauchula, these two towns are all small towns with older houses. Sebring as well. There would be damage all through here. And even Bifflo, Orlando, if it took this route right here, coming out of New Smyrna Beach, let's say it went out of New Smyrna Beach, see what the wind's doing right here on this side where they're the hurricane's out here, but there's pretty good winds over here. It could do that over here, and which means some spots along the other coast could get some incredible winds, maybe 50, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts or sustained winds too. So that's all within the possibilities. And I'm not a meteorologist. I'm just cualquier come basura hablando basura YouTube. So if you're tuning in and you think I'm some meteorologist, yo soy un come basura. Enough great education, so don't put me on this pedestal as a meteorologist. I'm just telling you because I've been through 3 or 4 hurricanes. I've been in the eyes of hurricanes and stuff, so I've lived it already, And if this is scary for me who's lived through it, you getting into this having no idea, I can totally understand you being terrified. Real Florida boy, you know what's up. My hometown Naples, I'm worried about. Naples is definitely gonna feel it. Even if it goes further north, Naples is going to feel it. Marco Island's going to feel it. Let's hop back on and refresh this view over here. Every once in a while, I can hear a wave of pretty good rain coming through here. I can hear the rain outside. This is pretty crappy. But you can see the tornado. Actually, this is the tornado heading towards Clewiston. You can actually see right there. That's a tornado going towards Clewiston right there. You can actually see that right there. So if you're watching this, you can clearly denote that there's a tornado by the L-27 canal. So if I was in Clewiston, Montour Ranch, I would be really, really careful. Harlem, Clewiston, I would be careful because this right here, that's probably the tornado right there. Let's refresh this over here and see what this does. Bronx Puerto Ricans would be scrambling. I'm gonna show your comment, man. Some Bronx Puerto Ricans would be scrambling out here. No, Boricuas aren't scared of anything, bro. Because keep in mind, Puerto Ricans are used to hurricanes already on the island. I will be so happy if, hey, bro, we don't do politics. I'm gonna hide your comment, my man. We don't do politics on this channel. That's one thing about our channel we don't get into. Especially we're talking about a hurricane here. Come on, bro. Ocala. Okay, so what can you expect in Ocala? That's a good question. So if you're in the Ocala area, so I love how understandable this map is right here. I really love this Windy map. It really, and I've been using the Windy app for a long time. It's a real, and you can actually move it forward. Like, watch, you can actually move it forward. Watch this. See how it moves forward, and then we'll pause it. Boom. So Wednesday at 4 p.m., everything's going to change. So when I move it forward, you know, I'll give you an idea. Like, this is Wednesday at 4 p.m. So later on in the afternoon, once it actually makes landfall, let's backtrack this a little bit. This is one of the greatest apps I think there's out there, man. I love this app. So here it is. You know, if it moves forward, boom, it makes landfall at around 4 p.m. Let me back it up a little bit. I just want to see, like, at what point we're actually going to start. So by 9 a.m., we're going to have some pretty considerable winds in my area. 30-mile-per-hour winds sustained. That's pretty good. Cape Coral, you're going to be 40-mile-per-hour sustained. Sanibel, 60-mile-per-hour. So by 9 a.m., Sanibel Island is going to have 60-mile-per-hour sustained winds. Bonita Springs, 43 miles per hour. Naples, 42. Marco Island, 50 miles an hour. If you're in Englewood, let's see, if you're in Englewood, you might get some 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds. Venice, if the storm lands south of here, Venice will get some serious action, but not the worst. Let's move it forward a little bit. So later on in the afternoon, let's say, boom, it's made landfall. Now it's Wednesday night. So keep in mind, we're going to get pounded from 9 in the morning. Like, if you're in the Fort Myers area, look, 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds are going to be for at least a 12-hour period. So this is definitely not a joke. You're talking sustained winds of 40 miles per hour. You know, if you're in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, hopefully you're not on Sanibel. You should have got evacuated. But, you know, coastal Naples, Fort Myers, even like La Belle. You know, even like La Belle. If you're in this mess down here, Southwest Florida, Punta Gorda for sure, Rotonda, Englewood, all this area here, you're looking at a pretty good at least 12 hours of sustained winds at about 40 miles an hour. So it's going to be a very considerable and long thing. Like, the sun will come up and we'll be in the middle of this. When the sun comes up, it's already 3 a.m. When the sun comes up in the morning, we'll be in this. Sun's going to go down and we'll still be in this. The only beautiful thing for us in Southwest Florida is that this isn't happening in the middle of the night, which is absolutely terrifying. You're not going to sleep during a hurricane. Again, I know we have a lot of people here. I'm gonna if you use profanity or politics, you know, we're definitely not gonna show it. So just behave. Northport, I'll get to you. Relax. I'll get to you, my man. So you can expect in this area, okay? You're gonna get the strong side of both. You're gonna get the strong side of the you know the west side of the storm. But you have to understand here, we're going to get the worst of it here, okay? So the south side of the storm and the east side of the storm is going to get it pretty hard. Coastal will get it pretty bad either way. Like, the same scenario you're going to see, even Sarasota is going to be ringing up 60 miles an hour. Crap, even along Bradenton, Sarasota, you know, Oh, what the crap did I just click on? So let's move this a little bit further on. So if you're in this area here, look, if this thing takes the same route that if this thing goes through the Charlotte Harbor, Northport, Englewood, Punta Gorda, you're gonna get slammed. This is a Category 4. You're talking roof damage. You're talking your house, the walls are gonna shake. You're gonna hear your roof crack. You might have see cracks on the top of your walls. If this crap takes this route, if you're in Northport, even Lehigh, Northport, Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte, if it's an older house made out of like concrete block, maybe not much, but even if your house is concrete block, your roof, all that is wood. So you're gonna feel like you might actually like watch the corners of your house, and you might actually see the sheetrock crack. Okay, you're gonna have definitely your walls are gonna start shaking. If you've never been through one of these scenarios, the walls are gonna start shaking. You're gonna hear cracking in your roof. Now, if you start to see like insulation come out of your roof, it's gonna be terrifying. If you're in this area, Northport, wherever the eye wall goes, to give you an idea, the center of there's no wind at all in the eye. And that's the other thing. Like, if you've never been in the eye of the storm, like it'll stop completely. Like, there's no wind in the middle, but then it'll come back around, and you'll get the other side of the storm, and then it will be horrendous as well. Usually, now every storm is different, but usually this side, the west side of the storm, is very powerful, very intense, but it's shorter lived. But I'm looking here, and they're still predicting 60 mile per hour winds even after it makes landfall far out. So it could be windy, and that's the other thing. It could be windy. Like, there could be 50, like once the eye passes, like let's say you're in Northport, once the eye passes, let's move this a little bit further. Once the eye passes, you can still have like 40 mile per hour winds and stuff all through here, even though it's not raining. So, Ocala area. As the storm moves further in, it's interesting how, like, look at here, like, it predicts that even the coastal communities are still going to have pretty good winds. So, like, Titusville, like I said, coastal communities, you're going to get wind either way in a coastal community. So, if you're from Titusville all the way down to Port St. Lucie, if you're right on the water, you're going to get heavy rain bands regardless. Heavy wind and rain regardless, all along the coast. Now, Ocala area, if it takes the southern trajectory, you're just going to get a lot of rain and a lot of wind. You might get a 40 mile per hour wind, 50 mile per hour wind, but you're definitely not going to be terrified. Who will be terrified? From Bradenton all the way to Naples and LaBelle, Sebring, Wauchula, Corler, Lee, Charlotte, Manatee, Sarasota counties, all through here, you're going to live the nightmare of a lifetime. Pretty sure you're going to be terrified, okay? But once you get, like, to, like, Polk County, you're going to it'll be scary, but it won't be terrifying. Now, if the eye wall holds pretty well, you could still have, like, very centralized areas that, like, for example, Hurricane Hurricane Irma came in through Marco Island, and it followed this trajectory all through here. There's people in Brooksville right here who without power for weeks, and they felt like 100 mile per hour winds and stuff. So, like, the eye could definitely be centralized. So, like, let's say if the eye were, instead of going through here, if the eye were to end up going north through Ocala, which is not predicted, it's not practical, but if it were, maybe like wherever the eye wall goes through, you could have like centralized areas, but it won't be this wide path of destruction. So you can understand, once this eye moves further inland, you're not going to have this wide path of destruction. It'll be like a 20 mile wide area that'll have 100 mile sustained winds, What are you guys arguing about? Okay, this person's getting blocked. Let's hide this user from the channel. Gone. Okay, guys. This person here, gone. Remove. Yeah, it's really hard when you have... Somebody gave me a super shot. Who was that? Yo, Minister Vintage says, the storm surge is what I'm worried about. I saw Western Cape Coral supposed to get 10 to 12 feet of storm surge. My house is about 30 feet from the water. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, Minister Vintage, you've said it perfectly well. Good luck, everybody. Storm surge, is a thing for real. I can hear the wind gusting outside. I don't even know how the crap we still got seen. I'm personally surprised. Yeah, I agree with with Storm Surge. In Storm Surge, you could have none. And like I said earlier in the live stream, you could have negative Storm Surge. It's one of those things where it's just really going to depend exactly where this thing goes. But I can assure you, Cape Coral is perfectly flat. It's an area where you have water flowing all throughout it. You have these mangroves on this side of the city, which are not very tall. It's exposed. I mean, Cape Coral, the real estate market there has been booming. People have been paying huge prices for houses. And now, if there's ever like a 10-foot storm surge, like, let me just land you in Cape Coral just so you guys can understand this. This is the Caloosahatchee River, which is connected to the ocean. And by the way, Cape Coral is a beautiful place. But look, imagine if the water comes up 10 feet. You're talking, to the garage doors. Like this house here, for example, to the windows. So, and storm surge is terrifying. I think the most terrifying thing about any storm is a storm surge. But you look at a place like Cape Coral, that's the water, that's the ocean. So if the storm surge is 10 feet high, you're talking these houses here are gonna have water, 4 feet inside of them. It's terrifying. Somebody else gave me a super shot, guys. I'm sorry if I missed your super shot. What about Davenport area? Okay, so Davenport is interesting because Davenport, Claremont, and Davenport. And if you're tuning in, I am not a meteorologist. I am a 9th grade dropout. Just let's get that clear. So the thing about this area is it's going to really depend on the exact path that the eye takes. If the eye were to take a path like this one right here, you can expect some central, like regionally, in a few spots, you'll get some, you might get like 120 mile per hour gust, 100 mile per hour gust. But you're not going to have these sustained winds of 60 miles an hour for 7 or 8 hours like we're going to get. So you'll be better. It won't be catastrophic. It'll be scary, but it won't be catastrophic. Thank you for the Inside Boxing. And all these people that are tuning in for the first time, make sure you subscribe to our channel, please. Mira, Jordi Sanchez dice Jacksonville. Mira, Jacksonville is an interesting place because with Hurricane Irma came in. Now here's the entire state of Florida. Marco Island, way down here. This is where Hurricane Irma came in through here, worked its way through here, and then it came out through Jacksonville. So if we were to prolong this, it's putting it through Jacksonville. So look what happens in Jacksonville. So by the time this thing's over, St. Augustine, if you're inland, look, it's 37 miles per hour sustained wind, 52 mile per hour sustained wind, and so St. Mary's, Woodbine, Yulee, Fernandina Beach, bro, you're gonna feel it if you're on the coast. If you guys remember, Hurricane Irma came in through Marco Island, and it just about destroyed St. Mary's, Georgia. Okay, so si tú estás en Jacksonville, but you're like, in Arlington, you'll go through, you'll get some considerable, but the problem is exactly what it's predicting here is exactly what's going to happen. If it comes out through Jacksonville, let me show you on a map a little bit better idea. If it comes in through Jacksonville, St. Mary's, Georgia, which is past way on the other side, even further than Jacksonville. The St. Mary's River flooded heavily, and it just about destroyed St. Mary's, Georgia. I mean, St. Mary's, Georgia, on the other side of Jacksonville, they had some, boats were piled up on top of each other. They had some serious damage. So if this takes the same route that Irma did, you can expect St. Mary's, beautiful town of St. Mary's, Georgia. The boats here were all piled up on top of each other, man. Like, they had, see these boats here? They're all piled up on top of each other because if you look across into Florida, it's flat. Okay? You can see that's it's just the vegetation there. You can hear Katie snoring in the background. She's sleeping. It's like the most unprofessional crap ever for having 3,000 people in this thing. Yo, any tips for Bradenton and Sarasota area? Yeah, I'll get to you in a minute. Give me 1 second. So it's all flat, man. So like when you look here, the vegetation. In fact, when you cross that bridge on 95, you'll notice it's really flat. So that gives the wind not only the opportunity. Like look how flat it is when you cross into Jacksonville. Okay, look how flat it is. Like the wind has free reign to come back in from the ocean, and not only create a very strong storm surge is even possible. That's what caused damage, but also a lot of wind. So, yeah, the Jacksonville area, especially along the coast, you definitely have to keep an eye out on exactly where this thing exits on the other end. Because if this thing exits through that area, exactly what's being projected here, you're talking 40-mile-per-hour winds, will make it as far in as Kingsland, St. Mary's, Georgia, for sure. I'm trying to keep up with this one. Talk to me about Savannah. I want a hurricane. All right, I'll get to you in a minute. Let me go back to the other super chat. Juan, Sebring next, please. All right, guys. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. So, any tips for the Bradenton area? Let me back up to that one. And thank you, everybody who's super chatting me. So, Bradenton, Sarasota. Let's back this thing up and get this thing as close to you as possible. Obviously, after this thing makes landfall, if it makes landfall to the south of you, you're not going to get the worst of it. It won't be catastrophic, but definitely you're going to have sustained winds for a very long time. Also, you also have water from Tampa Bay up here, so you're going to get sustained winds for a long time. I think the catastrophic area really will be Cape Coral has potential. All along the coast, Fort Myers, Lehigh, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte, Northport, Englewood. This area has potential. Arcadia, man. Arcadia, Washoe. This area here has real good potential for catastrophic situations. You're going to feel it in Sarasota. There's no doubt about it. Now, keep in mind that Sarasota's still in the cone. So if this were to take the northern... because it's going to be category 4 right up about here, but if it starts to go further north, they predict it to be like category 3 or 4. So Sarasota, you'll go through some scary situations for sure. You're going to have sustained winds for a very long time. Igualmente Sebring, bro. With Sebring, let me hop on over to Sebring. In any of these scenarios, bro, I'm moderating, bro. Oh, I got you, Mike. Appreciate you, my man. I hope you stay safe, man. I was really worried about you. Hey, Mike, did it get scary with that whole with that tornado, bro? Wow, crazy stuff, man. Talk about Savannah. So let me hop on over real quick to Savannah. Shout outs to the 75th Black Knights for watching from Savannah. So obviously, it's predicting a second landfall in Savannah. There's so much that can happen. But, you know, coastal flooding, you know, even when we had it up there, yeah, it was wild. Oh, wow, Mike, really? So you did get so there must have been wow, that's scary, Mike. Yeah, that was early. Like, so my friend Mike, he's in LaBelle. He's a moderator. He's in this area here south of LaBelle. And in LaBelle, when these tornadoes came through earlier, let's refresh the tornado, see what's going on. When those tornadoes came through LaBelle earlier, they made it all the way to my area. Yeah, I was worried, man, because I saw a tornado. Now there was one going towards Clewiston. Looks like the one going towards Clewiston disappeared. But hey, if you're on the East Coast, Palm Beach County and Port St. Lucie area, check this out. You got tornadoes moving through Juneau, Palm Beach Lakes, all that area. Hope Sound, you're in the path, so definitely keep an eye out on that. So yeah, all this area here, you got tornadoes moving all along the coast now. So it's just really going to get nasty in Palm Beach and Port St. Lucie, like I said. Just like Broward had a bunch of, inland Collier, Broward, now Palm Beach. As the storm moves up, you can expect Port St. Lucie, lots of tornadoes. So you're going to get like bands that are going to have some serious action. Guys, I'm trying to keep up with everybody. We got almost 3,000 people in this mug, so it's going to be difficult to keep up with everybody. Wow, very unprofessional of me to say that. Okay, so Sebring, por favor. Juan Medina Torres, un gran saludo a la gente de Sebring, Florida. Let's move back over here and drag this back to Sebring. But even look, even when it gets to Orlando, it's predicted tomorrow. So even tomorrow, it's gonna move pretty slowly. This is gonna be a long and drawn out thing for us. I'm on 2 hours of sleep, y'all. I'm sorry. Whew. You know, I'm in Fort Myers if you're tuning in, so I'm kind of right in the middle of this thing. So kind of crazy. I appreciate you helping me with the moderation, Mike. I never thought I'd ever have this many people on a live stream. This is absolutely wild. So you know, Davenport, Lakeland, Sarasota. This is gonna be a long, drawn out process. Mary asked about Winter Haven. Okay, so Winter Haven, like I said, you're gonna have sustained winds of 60, 70 miles an hour. It's gonna, Winter Haven, Polk County. You're really gonna depend heavily on where this thing goes. If it takes this central track, you'll have sustained winds of 70 miles an hour. But guys, in Central Florida, there's a buffer between you, Sarasota along the coast, Venice, Northport. We're gonna get catastrophic damage in here. So you guys up that way, there's a buffer. You might get a wind gust come through for 120 miles an hour. You could, definitely, but it's not gonna be sustained for an hour, for 30 minutes. So you're gonna have scary moments, but what we're gonna experience with a Category 4, if this thing hits towards the southern track, us here on the coast getting a landfall from a Category 4, this is gonna be a nightmare-like situation for us. Like, this is gonna be terrifying. I mean, I've been through Category 3s, and they're scary. This is a Category 4. And I want to remind everybody watching, I can hear the wind howling outside. Let me see real quick what's coming through my area, because it sounds pretty scary out there. Let me refresh this map. It looks like we got some pretty nasty crap heading. Yeah, you can see right here a little bit of reds. So we're about to get hit with some really heavy rain. I don't know how I still have power and internet signal that's decent today, so odd for sure. But yeah, I'm actually right here in this red spot right here, so yeah, we're definitely feeling heavy rain outside. Sounds like my house is getting pressure washed right now. Pinellas County, good question. Pinellas County. Sorry again, we have a lot of people if I can't get to everybody's questions. Let me get to Sebring. I'm sorry, I've been beating around the bush with Sebring. Papi, in Sebring, you're gonna expect. Let's drag this thing back to Sebring. I'm kind of overwhelmed. There's so many people in here. So, Meda, when this gets close to Sebring, you're buffered, bro. You have a buffer. Now, what I've seen with hurricanes is the exact path. So if you're like Lake Placid, Sebring, Frostproof, the exact, even like Davenport, all Polk County, Highlands County, you guys in the center of Florida, the exact route of this hurricane, if you hit the hurricane wall, you could have destruction very centralized. So you might have, like in Sebring, let's say if we're going through Sebring would be like, you might have, sustained winds of 120 miles an hour for a little bit, and Okeechobee might just get 60 mile per hour winds, so there won't be considerable damage in Okeechobee, but Sebring will. So the exact route, once you get into these areas, let's say outside of Pinellas, like once you're like this far inland, it's really going to be very centralized, and the exact route of the hurricane is going to be one of the determining factors on exactly where you're going to have damage. So in Sebring, it could be bad, bro. Like if it goes down to Charlotte Harbor, gets Arcadia, gets Sebring, you could have 120 mile per hour wind sustained for a little bit. But if it goes to Wauchula, you might just have 60 mile per hour wind. So it's going to be very centralized. And so you guys that are in this area here in Central Florida, the exact route of the hurricane is going to be a huge factor. Let's hop on over to Pinellas County, because you have water on the north side of you. You have water all around you. So sustained winds are going to be a constant thing. The good thing about Pinellas County is if this storm takes the southern route... Katie!
What?
Don't be like snoring during my live stream, bro. It's disrespectful. She's over there sleeping. I live in an efficiency in Lehigh, bro. So like we got like the bedroom is the computer room. It's not giant, bro. You're gonna get sustained like St. Pete. You're gonna be able to have a really fun hurricane experience. I mean, you're gonna get the rain. You're gonna get the sustained winds. Hopefully you don't get the catastrophic stuff. And the same thing for the landfall. I mean, the landfall. You know, these Category 4 winds, it's not the whole thing. I mean, if you go back to where we are now, let's see if I can move it back to where we are now. You know, right now, even that it's offshore, it's about 100 miles wide. But, like, those super high winds are centered around, like, really specific spots. So, the exact landfall will vary. They still got it between Sarasota and Bonita Springs. Katie, let Katie sleep. Mike is cracking up. He says, "Let Katie." No, bro, I'm making some. I'm trying to make some money up here. I got 3,000 people paying attention to me. She over there snoring in the background.
3,000?
I got 3,000 people watching. So keep your farts and your snoring. She's like in the bed sleeping. Katie doesn't give a crap about anything. Okay, so if you're new to our channel, Katie gives no crap. So I'm over here working. She's over there like snoring and farting in the background. She's sleeping. She gives no craps. Sounds like my house is getting pressure washed in the background. She could have brought me a water by now. Let's say if she cared about me. She's sleeping. She don't give a crap about me. Make that money. Make that money. Mike is texting.
If I don't, then I probably won't sleep.
Turn off the light, bro. And it's hot in here for some reason. Yeah. It really is. Katie sounds like a real one. Yeah, Katie ain't playing no games, bro. Katie is with the craps, bro. She don't give a crap about you guys or me. She's sleeping. She's like, you gonna make some money. I want to wake up to a bank account, bro. But this is beautiful to see so many people on here. She would be donated if she loved. She would have donated if she loved you. She's sleeping. So yeah, the exact landfall is gonna determine a lot. I mean, it's pretty narrow. So if you're from Marquand to Sarasota, even St. Pete and Clearwater, I'm sure you're gonna get your moments. And again, once you get further inland, I've seen it with several of these hurricanes that the exact, like, wherever the eye goes through can have a lot of damage. Like, you know, parts of Orlando, like one neighborhood in Orlando, if the eye goes through there, could have, bring me water, baby, a lot of destruction, and the next neighborhood won't have crap. So, also keep in mind, if you're watching this live stream, that at any moment this thing could fail. Power could go out, internet could fail. It's been incredible that, you know, if you're watching, we are in Fort Myers. We are in the path. My house sounds like it's getting pressure washed right now. So I'm nervous actually. I'm scared. In the case, Lehigh Acres, gracias. Pebble, mira, en Lehigh Acres, we're gonna get a nasty situation. So I live in Buckingham. Yo estoy cerquita de Lehigh. Yo estoy casi prácticamente en Lehigh. Nosotros vamos a verla bastante feo aquí en Lehigh. Yo creo que Lehigh, sin importar por dónde se meta este ciclón, we're gonna see sustained winds, 60, 70 mile per hour sustained winds at some point. La vamos a ver feo. Y si este ciclón se mete para arriba, nos vamos a salvar. Pero si esto se mete por Bonita, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Lehigh, we're in trouble. Si esto se mete por acá para nosotros, va a ser catastrófico. Puede ser peor que Charlie, peor que Irma, que todos los demás ciclones que hemos tenido. Hay que ver exactamente por dónde se va a meter la tormenta, pero if it comes through here, ya tú sabes. It's gonna be scary. Aquí va a haber agua, Lehigh, vamos a sentirlo. Pueden ver muchas casas con daño de techo, roof damage, all that is expected through here. Wildwood, Jupiter has a tornado. Let's look back at the tornado tracker. Yeah, we saw that there was tornado trackers heading up Palm Beach Gardens. Exactly, a tornado heading back towards Tinker's Cay. I'm gonna drink water real quick, guys. I thought you two were going to stay at the hotel. Yes, Candy. The problem was that they evacuated all along the coast. They did not let us. There's so many evacuation zones. Give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna drink some water. There's so many evacuation zones. I would not be on the road right now. It's too late to be on the road. Stay the crap off the roads right now. Anywhere in South Florida, even Central Florida. He I speak English and Spanish. If you don't like it, go watch somebody else. No politics, no foul language, please. Thank you, Mike. Mike is on top of the game. Yeah, no politics, no foul language, and we speak English and Spanish. If you have a problem, move to Alabama where they only speak English. Jupiter, yeah, like I said, Port St. Lucie, Jupiter, you guys on the other coast, you're going to have a lot of tornadoes. They started off, you can see the tornado right there, moving that way. They started off in East Naples, Fort Myers, then they moved to lots of Broward County, Palm Beach, and so you can expect tornadoes to be on this side of the storm. So eventually, even Vero, Sebastian, all on this coast here, you're going to get that later on tonight as well.
What time is it?
It's 3:20 in the morning. My house sounds like it's being pressure washed. But as the storm moves closer to us, this is a forward-thinking map. As you can see, we're going to get sustained winds here. I think it's going to be way worse than this on the sustained winds. Because keep in mind, there's going to be, this is sustained winds overall. But within that, you're going to have specific... oh, it turned this way. Not good. Look what it just did.
Oh.
Oh, crap. Esto está feo. It just took another turn. See how it was kind of wobbling?
Yeah.
It keeps edging towards Naples. If this thing keeps edging towards Naples, guys...
It's going to be terrible for Bonita.
It's Bonita. It's just... Look, it just took another little... It took another move this way, guys. If this keeps moving this way... We're going to be in trouble. Bonita, Cape Coral. I mean, I really do think it's... if it takes the northern route, we've already know what's going to happen because it already happened. If it takes the northern route, Cape Coral is almost in trouble either way because with Charlie, which was this exact route down the center, this is the Charlie route, which I predicted. Remember, I did a video 24 hours ago where I said another Charlie, which, I already told you guys I thought that was pretty much like if it takes that route... it's about the same storm as Charlie. If it takes the center route right through here, there was mobile homes here were destroyed and annihilated. On the Port Charlotte side, north of the bridge, not even the grass survived. I mean, you're talking wherever... Because the thing about the eye, there's a specific area around the eye wall that is just complete catastrophe. In that area, like, not even the grass survives. I know I just got another super shot that I missed. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you so much. Tampa. Okay, Tampa. You're not going to have catastrophic situations in Tampa, but you're probably going to get a lot of rain, a lot of wind, a lot of consistent, you're just going to get a lot of wind in Tampa. It's going to be pretty persistent, too. Even right now, you can see Marco Island's holding up to 40 miles an hour off the coast. Pretty windy along the coast, Fort Myers Beach. Sanibel's already pushing 35 miles an hour, so we're getting closer and closer. When these colors reach me, I'm sure, when these yellows and these purples reach me, I'm sure we're going to lose power here in the internet at some point. And I'm just going to ask you guys in the comment section, there's people that have never been through a storm. They're scared for their life. So if you're talking about politics or something stupid, just knock it off for real. Hey, Mike Anderson gives us $5. Thank you so much, Mike, for the participation. Katie's up. Zephyr Hills, heavy rain. You're gonna be fine. There's a lot of mobile homes in Zephyr Hills, and mobile homes. It doesn't take as much. I mean, I hope you're in a thing about Zephyr Hills. It's all these are all mobile homes. Look at how many mobile homes are out here. Zephyr Hills is nothing but mobile homes. So 70 mile per hour winds, 80 mile per hour winds. Even a 40 mile per hour wind. All you got to do is knock one of these soffits off these mobile homes, and you got water inside, man. And a lot of people in Zephyr Hills, it's a poor retirement area. It's a working class retirement area. Oh, another thing, let me tell you, there's a lot of I know Sebring as well, man, going Sebring. There's a lot of mobile homes in Sebring. All these white roofs that you see here are mobile homes. So if, let's say the eye were to go through here, 120 mile per hour winds, you're talking people's furniture. These little tiny mobile homes here in Sebring, their furniture is going to be out on the road.
It'll be like a tin can where
Yeah.
you pull it up.
Yeah, so this lady's weed whacker is going to be out by the road. So these carports are going to, if Sebring takes a direct hit if it takes a southern route and it literally flies through Sebring. Luis Sanchez gives us $10. Thank you, Luis Sanchez.
Thank you.
Un gran saludo a Luis Sanchez, bro. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man. Las maracas. A mí me gusta que baile Marieta. Alright, y'all. Thank you, guys. And I'm sorry I'm missing some of the super chats. I hate... Never in my life have I ever missed a super chat, but I've never had 2,000 people here at once as well. I'm literally pooping my pants right now. I'm going to show your comment because I am too. This is definitely scary. Last... Oh, come on. Get out of here, y'all. Get out of here, bro. Y'all trying me. Y'all trying me, bro. Y'all trying me. Y'all crazy. In a boat. So, like, Sebring, Florida. Let's say, worst case scenario, it takes that, you know, the eye wall goes through Sebring, bro. These mobile home parks in Sebring, and these houses that are, like, on the opposite side of these big lakes, dude, they're going to get a lot of damage. And there's even mobile homes. Some of these lakes, like in Frostproof, you know, if you're directly on a lake or a golf course, you need to be scared. Because, you know, you're going to get a direct hit. Like, what I saw in Naples, some of the worst damage that I saw in Naples with Hurricane Irma. Now, this is a very fancy community. I'll show you guys. This is Audubon Country Club. Now, these are like $1 million houses. Yo, Matt Reese, $50.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Hey, Mike, I appreciate you keeping on top. Thanks for the excellent coverage. I hope you both stay safe. Matt, bro, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And shout outs to my man Mike in LaBelle, Florida. He's keeping me on top of everything, bro. You're the best, Mike. Homosassa, you got to be careful with flooding. We'll move up to that coast of Florida in a little bit. But I can't believe how much super shots I've got. This is incredible. I've never, ever had this many people on a live stream. So Audubon Country Club is a rich... These are like $1 million houses, okay? So they're well built. Despite the fact these are really wealthy houses, they're right on a lake. So I worked in this community right after. And some of these houses, like right on the lakes, like they were annihilated. I mean, like I'm talking... Some of these houses, like, that are right on the golf course and the lake, they were annihilated. I'm talking, like, these, like, these are, like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you can't street view this. No, it's private. You can't street view it. But these are, like, $2-3 million houses. Some of these houses have 2-story lanais. Like, the ones here, like, that are up against the trees are fine. But, like, if your house is, like, facing a golf course, like these houses here... these houses here, all these carports were gone. Gone. All these pool cages. And these are like 2-story pool cages. These are like gigantic pool. These were all destroyed because there's a golf course, there's a lake, so the wind came out of the south, hit these houses straight. Okay? So these houses here, despite the fact that they're $3 million houses, they had substantial structural damage to their carports, porches, windows blown out, and pool screens destroyed because they're on a lake. So the specifics of... Meanwhile, I used to stay at a mobile home right here. But if you pay attention, like these are all mobile homes right here where I used to live. Nothing happened. I mean, nothing happened to my property. But there's a wall. See, there's cypress trees. So my house, there's oak trees. There's cypress trees, and there's a wall. And the wall is actually higher than the roof line on the mobile home. So, and then you got these buildings that are about really tall buildings here. So, when you look at where I used to live, even though these are mobile homes, it's very strategically located. It's blurred out. I blur it out because whatever. But even though these are mobile homes right here, they have a wall along the back. They have cypress trees and big buildings. So even though these are mobile homes, they're very strategic. Like this little mobile home here survived all kind of storms because they're kind of hidden between the trees. The wind doesn't even touch these mobile homes here. So like where I used to live here, very strategically located. These mobile homes never had any damage. And some of these mobile homes are flimsy. Like I'll show you this one right here. Very flimsy mobile home. It's survived dozens of hurricanes because of the fact that there's a wall and trees behind it. You can see all that protects it. But here's these, 3 miles away are these $3 million houses that were completely annihilated simply because they're on a lake. The wind gets a chance to hit your house directly. So the specifics of your property, you could be in a mobile home if you're surrounded by trees. Now, this mobile home park here, this mobile home park where I used to live was very well protected by this wall around the back, these cypress trees. But this mobile home here, this park here, they don't have any trees. And I'm telling you, after Hurricane Charlie, people's furniture was literally on the road. So those are all specific things that are going to affect everything. Somebody also did a donation directly. Somebody went through a donation as well directly. So you guys have been incredible. This has been the most awesome thing ever. AX gives us $1. Awesome. Thank you guys. I'm so happy. Wesley Chapel. Okay. Wesley Chapel, suburb of Tampa. You're far inland, so you're not going to deal with anything catastrophic. You will deal with substantial, consistent wind. You might have 50, 60 mile per hour winds. Now, if this goes on the northern route, you might have 70, 80 mile per hour winds sustained for a little bit, but it will not be catastrophic. Okay, I know there's a lot of big trees there, so suburban area stuff like that happens. Yo, Mike, stay safe from Phoenix, Arizona. Mike Anderson, thank you so much, man. Toda la gente boricua. Oh, okay, shout outs to all los boricuas and all Cubano watching. Don't lose their lives. Please be serious. Have some respect. Exactly, people. Have respect, bro. There's people that are terrified right now. So if you're in the comment section, you just behave for real. Keep in mind there's people that are terrified out of their minds. I'm terrified. I've been through 3 of these category 3s, and I'm terrified. And if you're tuning in right now, keep in mind that eventually this live stream is just going to fail. Because either the power or the live stream is going to fail. One of the two. Fort Pierce could get hurricane winds. Good question. You're right on the coast. I think you might get hurricane force winds because you're right on the coast. Fort Pierce. I think the island for sure by the Yeti and all that. The Yeti might get hurricane force winds. But if you're in the suburbs of Tampa, it's not going to be catastrophic. I mean, let me see now. So 43 mile per hour sustained winds in Sanibel. So the yellow is reaching me again. So 23 miles sustained winds. So in my area now, winds are going to start picking up. So Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples. We're going to look at Naples already. No, Naples already has sustained winds at 36 miles an hour. So already Naples, lately, you guys are feeling it already. I think Naples is the first, it's going to start to get scary in Naples. Let's see what Marco Island's doing right now. Marco Island's 45 miles per hour. So Marco Island is starting to get scary. I think we could lose the live stream here any minute. I hope it lasts. I think when we get to about 30, 40 mile per hour winds, for sure we'll be gone by then. Congratulations to Lee County and Lehigh Acres for keeping the lights on, bro. This has been awesome. And shout outs to everybody that's been supporting everything here. This has been awesome. So already we're looking at sustained winds. Also Boca Grande. Let's see where Boca Grande is at. 37 miles per hour. Okay. So Captiva, Boca Grande, 40 mile per hour sustained winds. So we're starting to feel this, guys. So if you're along the coast, Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel, you're going to be the first to feel these impacts. And eventually, I think even Ave Maria is already at 31 miles an hour. Bradenton's already feeling 28 mile per hour winds. St. Pete, 27. So, hey, we're starting to feel this. I think Clearwater and St. Pete, you guys are going to Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete, you guys are going to have a lot of consistent wind. Yo, Jody. You are awesome at reporting these details. So appreciated. It's our first hurricane. Stay safe. Thank you. I haven't even slept tonight. My eyes are red. I've never gone into a hurricane without sleep. I literally haven't slept at all. Wish y'all get the hotel room. You could have afforded the lobby in case the power goes out. Yeah, the hotel would have been great, but they evacuated. There's different evacuation zones, and most of the people in here are evacuated. So these areas that are now getting these winds, like Marco Island, I'm sure most people evacuated. the hotel that I wanted to stay at was in Punta Rasa right here, so they're already getting 35-mile-per-hour winds, 36-mile-per-hour sustained winds. But that is an area that they forced an evacuation. Even like in this area here, people were forced to evacuate. Like South Fort Myers. So yeah, I believe for sure. I'll try. My dad lives down here, so I'll do a video of this street floods. This street floods really bad. Royal Cove. There's gonna be some, Caribbean Park, Lake San Marino. This is a notorious damaged area in Naples. This always gets destroyed. Also, in the Fort Myers area, there's right here. This is on where Alico meets US 41. These mobile home parks here, the water was literally, what's the river name there? Is it a creek? What's the name of that one? I don't know the name of that. It might just be a canal. But Fort Myers RV Resort on the south side of Fort Myers, there's a bunch of mobile homes here. I kid you not. The water was literally like to the windows here. So this little creek here in South Fort Myers with Hurricane Irma, like, see this shed right here? It would have been to the roof of that shed. And it stayed like that for really, like, several days or something, like a week or something. I think it was like a foot of water like a week or two later. So this park is bad. Fort Myers RV Resort, bad. So if you're watching, if we lose the live stream, all of a sudden the live stream disappears just because I lost power. So we'll see what happens. I haven't slept all night. Maybe I slept 2 hours. I should probably, once I lose power, I'll sleep for a few hours. I could definitely rest up a little bit. I got 3 phones in front of me, all charged up. I got my flashlight my flashlight's charging up. I ate a lot of food. I don't know why. I guess because I was nervous. I ate a lot. Mike Ellis says Bluetooth removed. Okay, yeah, somebody's out of line, man. Mike has been a huge asset to this live stream. Shout out to everybody watching in LaBelle. Shout out to everybody watching in Clewiston. Let's get back over here real quick and look at this. Wi-Fi gas powered plant. So we're starting to see winds in Southwest Florida. Sustained winds. My area, Lehigh Acres, we're still getting into the 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds. So we're starting to feel it. Golden Gate Estates. Look at the Golden Gate Estates. 25 miles per hour. Naples is pushing 30 miles an hour already. So we're...
The bathroom, lie down.
Turn it off. Yeah, I'll turn it off for you. Yeah, get some sleep. You're going to need it.
Yeah.
Let me turn this lights off. The shade right here.
If I don't sleep, I have problems.
Let me turn some lights off. Give me a minute.
You don't have to turn that. You don't have to turn that off. That's not even bothering me.
Get some sleep. Get some sleep. You're going to need it.
Yeah.
It's already starting to get kind of windy, so we're eventually going to lose power either way.
I have issues.
Keep in mind, guys, that we are in this mug. We're right here in Fort Myers, so.
Thank you to everyone who's donated.
Thanks to Mike as well for your support in keeping the life.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna actually take some acid reflux pills. If you want him to see good, just do like it did, like this, Jose. What up, man? I just hope we get lots of hurricanes so we can scare all these out of. No, you know what? I'm not gonna show. I'm gonna hide your comment. We don't offend people. If you want to move to Florida, you're welcome to move to Florida. I don't care if you're from New York, California. If you want to move here, come on and join us. The Constitution grants you the right of freedom to move wherever the crap you want to. So, no regionalism allowed on our channel. It's kind of crazy, y'all.
I do like when the rental market's a little less.
I wouldn't mind the rental market being a little less. I'll agree with you there.
Yeah.
But Marco Island, check out Marco Island. Marco Island's been pushing good winds in Marco Island, so that's sustained. Look at the other coast, like even Fort Lauderdale along the other coast, 30-mile-per-hour winds. South Beach, 30-mile-per-hour winds. Key Biscayne's been pushing 30-mile-per-hour winds. Key West hasn't got a break. I mean, Key West has had 50-mile-per-hour winds now, close to 50-mile-per-hour sustained winds for a while. Big Pine, Key West. So the Florida Keys have had a lot of wind, but they're used to it. The structures there are very strong. But even, you guys know there's a lot of mobile homes on Key West, believe it or not? I couldn't believe it. I recently did a hood video. Give me a second, y'all. There's actually a lot of mobile homes in Key West. I know that sounds crazy, but all in here, there's actually all these mobile homes in Key West, which is insane if you think about it, because Key West is basically like a Caribbean island, not literally, but not technically, but you know, you're out in the middle of nowhere in Key West, and it's look, they're all mobile homes, tiny little mobile homes. So Key West, I couldn't believe how many mobile homes are out there. I just received another donation. You guys are on point.
Huh?
Like, we got the super chat that you guys can see on here, but then there's also donations going on in the background. But Key West, man, lots of mobile homes on Key West. It's surprising that even exists, to think about it. And sorry guys, I know there's 2,000 people in here. So Sun City Center, like I said, Mulberry, all those areas. What I've said is, a few times already, is you're gonna end up with a lot of sustained winds. If you're in a mobile home, you could definitely have damages. The exact path of the eye wall will determine where the catastrophic damage will be. Already, the stronger winds are starting to hit Naples. Looks like Naples, even Pinellas County. You guys are starting to get some winds up there, all through Clearwater Beach. Yo, thank you, Malulani. There, gracias. Thank you so much for the support. $20. Bradenton, you guys are getting it good too as well, man. Yeah. So we're starting to, we're finally starting. It's almost 4 a.m. We're starting to have winds. Once these blues, these sustained 60 and 70 mile per hour winds, and that's definitely where crap is going to get scary. And there's, wind gusts is another thing. Like, let me see if I can go under. Let me see if I can find wind gusts, because wind gust is a whole different thing. So this is a little scarier. So we've been looking at sustained winds. Okay. Now wind gusts are just periodic. Sustained winds means that's how fast the air is moving all the way around you. Sustained winds right now, there's entire areas. So when this yellow moves on shore, like either way, Cape Coral, Lehigh Acres, as this inches towards us, let's move it forward. These yellows here this is serious crap, okay? So these are the sustained winds. And you can see they wrap around the eye. And there's like a teardrop at the bottom. Let's move this a little bit forward in time, and we'll see. When these sustained winds reach us, when this yellow area hits shore, like we're gonna have 82 mile. Mira, Lehigh Acres, para que entienda. So this is, pay attention here, Lehigh Acres. We're gonna have sustained winds of 82 miles an hour. So if you're in Lehigh Acres, not sustained wind. I'm sorry, wind gusts. Ah, crap. Wind gust. There'll be periods where you'll be getting 80 miles an hour in Lehigh. Downtown Fort Myers, you might be close to 100 miles an hour. Cape Coral, 100 miles an hour through most of Cape Coral, guys. Look at this, okay? Birch Store, you're going to have 112 mile per hour wind gusts. The island, Pine Island, 115 all the way through. Punta Rasa and Iona, 100 miles an hour. Look at Cape Coral, guys. Most of Cape Coral can expect 100 mile per hour gusts. Looks like Bonita Springs, 82 miles. That's still pretty strong. Okay. Golden Gate Estates, maybe 80 miles an hour. Marco Island, might miss the words of that. But Sanibel. Look at Cape Coral, guys. And look at Port Charlotte, guys. Northport, Port Charlotte, Murdoch, Punta Gorda, approaching 110 mile per hour winds. Englewood, 118, guys. Not sustained winds, wind gusts. I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't even slept tonight. Burnt the crap out. Wind gusts along the coast of Rotunda West, 120 mile per hour wind gusts. Boca Grande 125. So the islands of Captiva, Boca Grande, you're gonna get it. And if you pay attention, you'll see Venice as well, 120. So all of Charlotte County and Sarasota County. Sarasota still pushing hard at 110. So we're all in this together, Southwest Florida, from Sarasota all the way down into Bonita Springs. We're all in it. We're all gonna feel this. There's gonna be sustained winds. Pretty good. Even like look, St. Pete, you're still gonna get wind gusts of 80 miles an hour. Clearwater 60. But let's see on the other coast, 40s, 50s. So you're gonna get wind gusts all throughout. That'll be pretty serious. Let's move this a little bit further, and this will be Wednesday in the afternoon. So by Wednesday night, there's still going to be wind gusts of 100 miles an hour in the Northport. You could be getting wind gusts. This is going to be a long day for us, guys. Like, we're up right now at night. We need to be probably sleeping and resting because we're going to have a long day. Do you think that this is do you think I've never seen before as far as water surges? I've never seen a Category 3 going inland. Only time will tell. The specific landfall, all that. Guys know I'm not a meteorologist, right? I'm just cualquier come basura hablando basura on YouTube. That's what's crazy about this. I am not a real meteorologist. I hope y'all know that. Do you guys realize I'm not a meteorologist? Let me just make a personal opinion disclaimer. I'm not a real meteorologist. Yo soy cualquier come basura. But I do know Florida very well, and I've been through several hurricanes, so I'm just talking my mind here together. No profanity, please. If you say profanity, your comment will not show up. Apparently, this thing generated by a big tornado that hit parts of New Orleans. Crap, yeah. So, Mayaca, look at Wilmama, guys. Now, these are small towns. Wilmama, you're gonna get these sustained winds, and notice how after it makes landfall, they're putting a lot of the not sustained. Why do I keep saying wind gusts? A lot of the wind gusts on this side of the storm on the west side. So Sarasota, Bradenton, you guys can still get like some pretty good wind gusts. Let's move a little bit forward into mid. It's gonna stall out. Oh, that's scary. But by Thursday morning, see how there's like a tighter ridge area here. So. And according to this, Orlando, you'll be all right. Davenport, likely you might see some stuff. So it looks like just the coastal communities are really gonna get it the worst. This is gonna be a long day, but see how it expands again once it gets back over water again. How it expands again, like even to like let's say Murray Island, Cape Canaveral starts to pick up again. So. I think the Orlando area is going to be safe, but I think once you get out to the other side, keep in mind there's going to be tornadoes all through this thing as well. But when it comes out the other side Friday, this is going to be a long event, guys. I think flooding, wind gusts are going to be pretty strong through here as well. So this is going to be a long event. Look at this, even in the Friday, wind gusts of 70 miles per hour offshore in by Charleston, South Carolina. So it's going to be a very long event for us here in Florida. Tampa got spared. You'll still get, let's back this up to right about where we are now. I think Tampa, you're still going to get some pretty good, Tampa will still get some pretty good wind gusts. Let's see here. Give me a second, y'all. Tallahassee, no, you're good in Tallahassee. I wouldn't worry. Tallahassee, you might just get some good rain bands, and you guys are used to it up there. You guys are used to when you get those when those rain bands come through, those when cold fronts come through Tallahassee, it'll be like that. You guys are used to big, powerful storms in that part of the state. Arcadia, not looking good for Arcadia. Arcadia, now we're looking at here is wind gust. We're looking at wind gust. Right now, the wind gusts out there are 120 miles an hour. I'm a little worried about Arcadia because Arcadia is not a rich area. It's a normal area. It's far inland, but there are lots of mobile homes. Arcadia is another area that has a lot of mobile homes, especially the southwest side of southeast Arcadia in here. Lots of mobile homes all through here. Hopefully, these mobile homes, a lot of them are going to be protected by trees and stuff. Arcadia is going to have a lot of mobile homes are going to get damaged. Arcadia, you're going to have roof damage for sure. And you also have the Peace River, which I don't know how much it floods to Arcadia.
It does.
It does. The Peace River floods.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arcadia, you're gonna experience some serious serious wind gust. I gotta get some sleep, man. I need sleep. I really do. I'm burnt out. Rachel Castro, I think the coastal areas of Ruskin are mandatory. Yeah, so a lot of the coastal areas we had mandatory evacuations, but let me tell you, Cape Coral, Northport, you guys are gonna get it hard. Fort Myers definitely gonna get it. I think Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, Northport, this area here, where you guys are gonna get it for real. Gotta get some rest. Mike is gonna leave the room. Thank you so much, Mike. You've been a great assistance to all of us here today, and your presence has been really appreciated by us. Big hug. We're gonna go through some scary next few hours, so get some rest. And I hope you and your family are well, man. Appreciate your support, man. Seriously, like, you've been a great tool for our channel today. It's been super awesome to see our channel have this many people watching at once. Well, East Naples, good question for East Naples. So, you know, in East Naples, you always have the concern of storm surge. Marco Island's already getting some pretty good... yeah, you're going to get some wind gusts. Well, even us, we're already getting 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts out here. So, I don't even know how we have power. Yeah, you're going to get it pretty good in East Naples. I mean, East Naples, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. It won't be catastrophic, but you're definitely going to feel it. And again, back to East Naples. Lots of mobile homes out there as well, man. If you go look at East Naples, Henderson Creek, man. Flooding, mobile homes. Look at how many mobile homes are out there in East Naples, man. This is going to be tough. Tough. But it doesn't take a lot for a mobile home to have structural damage. So, East Naples, yeah, you're going to feel it. Will it be catastrophic? No. But, you know, you're not too far from Marco Island, so at some point you can get some pretty good wind gusts. Thank you guys so much. I haven't slept. Frostproof could get bad. I hear some thunder rolling. It's the first time I've heard thunder rolling. Let me look at the tornado real quick. Make sure there's no new tornadoes coming through. I hear some thunder. Oh, okay, so you can see this is the paths of the tornadoes we've had so far. First, they started off in Southwest Florida. Broward County got a lot of it, and now they moved all the way up into Palm Beach and the Port St. Lucie area, Jupiter, and all that. So I would suggest with this pattern, it would seem logical that perhaps the area north of Fort Pierce would eventually, Sebastian, all that area, could possibly get tornadoes if they're following that path. We're just on the outer storm band, so I think we're going to lose power here soon. We're going to enter some pretty good... rain bands here in the next little bit. I don't even know how I still have power. Palmetto, Florida. Yeah, you're going to feel it in Palmetto for sure. You know, Palmetto. Shout out to everybody in Palmetto. You can expect some pretty good wind gusts. Let's just go back to wind real quick. Let me refresh everything. Make sure it's the latest. Okay, so already winds. What's going on here? We've had some changes here. Winds 95 miles an hour. Okay, guys, so this is intensifying. See, these are sustained winds. We didn't have this earlier. So this is intensified. Now we have actual, these are not wind gusts. These are actual sustained winds of 96 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour on the other side of the storm. So, this is serious, guys. These are not wind gusts. These are sustained winds. So, let's switch over to the other model. That's interesting. We've been using the European model, but anyways, you're seeing pretty good pattern of strong winds. This is definitely not good. Naples is already The wind is already blowing at 50 miles an hour to Marco Island, Naples. So pretty good wind coming all from pretty much from Everglades City all the way to North Naples, all on the coast. Pretty good winds. But my friends in Bonita Springs, we're going to be looking at 40-mile-per-hour winds right now. Sanibel, 48 miles, 50 miles. So we're starting to feel this, guys. And pretty soon, Cape Coral, North Naples. I think Naples might be the first to get the stronger winds. Winds high tide. I have not looked. What about Jacksonville? Looks like, homie. Okay, so the Duval, is gangsta. It's dangerous in Duval even without a hurricane. So y'all already, it's already dangerous in Duval County. Y'all don't need a hurricane to be scary out there.
You don't need nothing.
Yeah, y'all don't need. If you're in Duval County, forget about the hurricane. You in the Duval, baby. You already. Okay, so this is gonna be a slow moving storm. You'll have a few days to watch it. I think the Jacksonville area, St. Mary's, Georgia area, St. Augustine, once it gets on the other side of the state, can pick up a little bit more power, and you guys can actually see some pretty crappy stuff happen along the coast. Earlier in the live stream, I talked a little bit about Jacksonville, so this is looking pretty crappy. Like we're on the edge of this. We're about to start seeing some pretty good. Even where I'm at now, we're already in the yellow. So we're already at about Lehigh. 30-mile-per-hour winds are going to be on our way in Lehigh. Already downtown Fort Myers, 30 miles, 40 miles per hour. Cape Coral, look at Cape Coral, y'all. They're already getting 40-mile-per-hour winds in Cape Coral. Pine Island's already in the 40s, and just about pushing 50s out by Sanibel. So these are sustained winds. So this is Boca Grande is getting some winds pretty good too right now as well. So 5. Somebody threw a 5 at me. Who was that? Thank you so much. Duval, baby, Duval. We're knee high. We're gonna be knee high in the Lehigh, yo. Sorry I missed your super shot. Somebody threw a 5 at me. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Jess says thank you guys from Buffalo, New York. New York is in the house. New York. Appreciate everybody from New York. New York. Buffalo, New York. Great people in Buffalo, man. Some of the best people I've met from upstate New York down here. New York, New York. How well protected is your current house? I didn't board it up because I rent this property and the landlord didn't board it up. So we're just going to have to hide inside the bathroom, I guess, when the crap gets scary. I was going to live stream outside during the hurricane, but I've decided that sounds pretty stupid. I might still do it. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe to our channel and subscribe with notifications because I might go outside and actually live stream the actual hurricane as it passes once the sun's out. And even if it's dark, I mean, I have headlights, so you know, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications. Maybe not for when we, at least for now. Hey, Nash B's in the house. What's up?
Thank you.
We got some great people in here, and make sure if you're just tuning in. I see that a lot of people that gave us super shots are people that I have never seen on the channel before. Be a local. Be a local. Like, stay with us. Don't don't just run away after this live stream. Stay with us. If you're new, I see a lot of new faces here. We're a fun channel. Me and Katie travel all across America. We know Florida very well, and watch some of our travel videos. Be part of the team. Don't just stop at being here today. Join us. We're an awesome couple. We can be quite the bundle of fun. Today, of course, I haven't even slept, so you're not seeing me you're not seeing my best day today.
And you're hearing me snore.
Katie's snoring every once in a while because she's actually sleeping. So you're not really seeing the best of us. Let's get back in here real quick. I want to show you guys kind of a broader view here. I suspect we're going to lose power. I mean, it'd be awesome if we don't. But, yeah. Shout out to everybody from Texas, New York, Illinois, Tampa area.
A little bit more noise outside.
Love seeing Jose and Katie travel to Huntsville and Decatur, Alabama. Yeah, I like Huntsville, though. I mean, you guys know my Alabama experience sucked, but Huntsville's different. Huntsville's like almost Tennessee, bro. I like that area a lot. Wow. this is overwhelming. Just to think that we're gonna be in a house that's not boarded up, because remember they were saying it was gonna go all the way up here into Tampa and up that way. And at the end of the day, it came back over this way, just like I thought it would do. Nobody boarded up their houses. My landlord didn't board up the house. I'm renting a property, and it's like, ah, crap, man. Like, our bed is literally 5 feet away from a giant, like, walk-through glass door. Terrifying. And then we have a garage, which that's terrifying because it's just a garage door. Good thing we have a closet and a bathroom that are more private, so we'll probably have to go in there once this crap gets scary. Some spots could be catastrophic. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's category 4. It's not a joke. I mean, if you look at some of these sustained winds up through here, 90 mile per hour, 100 mile per hour sustained winds. That's terrifying. This is not a normal storm. No, this is pretty crappy. This is Charlie Part 2. I told you guys. Charlie Part 2. Okay, but let me tell you something. Right here, 1 day ago, 24 hours ago, I made this video. And I told you guys on this video, I said, this is going to be Charlie Part 2. This video, when it was in Cuba. The hurricane was in Cuba. There's Cuba. I told you guys when the hurricane was way down there. Look at the title. I wrote, Another Charlie. I had a feeling that this was going to happen. And just like Charlie, they predicted it would go in one direction and it went in another. It's just, what the crap. Let me refresh this and see if there's any tornadoes coming through. So far, no tornadoes right now. Let me look at the Weather Channel. Weather Channel's been crappy. The Weather Channel's radar is one of the crappiest radars there is. But let's look at that real quick. It's getting close. Do you have helmets? Bama is your daddy. Bama's my daddy. Bama la madre que los parió, ¿oíste?
Donate so I can make a trip to Bama.
Oh, be quiet, Katie. Bama la madre que los parió, Alabama, ¿oíste? Boat, yeah, for sure, man. We don't need a boat out here. I do have an ATV, that might help. And I have my truck, so, I mean, hopefully we can...
That's what I said.
I need to go to sleep. I know I need to go to sleep, but I don't feel like I'll be able to sleep. If I was...
We'll take the ATV out, and then I'll say which way we can go.
Looks like we're going to get hit by a pretty good band. This band's definitely... I mean, it was pushing... Let's see how much wind. Let me refresh this real quick. This band was pushing 40 mile per hour winds across Naples. And... yeah, 40 mile per hour winds. So, this little band that's coming in right now, this one's going to be pretty crappy. We're going to be... I think when this band hits us, we'll probably lose power at that point for sure. La madre que los parió. La gente de Alabama, bro. Alabama, I used to live in Alabama, and it was like the worst experience ever. Lehigh. We live in Lehigh.
The worst place in
Lehigh
Alabama.
and the Lehigh. We were in the worst place in Alabama, I'll tell you that. Not really, though.
I was trying to get
Huntsville's nice. Huntsville's nice. Auburn's nice, but we
we
were in Montgomery. So you can understand that I hated Alabama after living in Montgomery for a year. Who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Especially if you're from Southwest Florida. Come on, bro. Danny Drew's in the house. What up, Jose?
Hey,
Danny Drew, man, it's a pleasure to have you back. Alabama's still on my mind. Shout outs to everybody watching. We still got a lot of people watching from Alabama, which is crazy.
I go to Bama every month. I haven't been this month yet.
Lehigh is Ninja Be a Loot for free for all. Now, Lehigh is we got Auburn in the house. Look at this. We got Mobile. We got a lot of people. Puerto Rico. Look at how many people watching this live stream are from Alabama. They're happy. They're happy. They're like, we got you, Jose. Shout out to everybody watching from Alabama.
Tell you, I will probably.
And we got a lot of people watching from Montgomery too that are awesome. Duval, people throwing up their Duvals. Pensacola, Florida. I think you guys are gonna be okay in North Florida. Knee-high in the Lehigh. You know what we're gonna be knee-high. We're gonna be literally. That you guys are gonna understand when I say knee-high in the Lehigh. In the Lehigh. You're gonna understand what it's about. When I say knee-high in the Lehigh, you gonna look. Naples already got 3 inches of rain.
That's scary.
Cape Coral's already got 5 inches already. Wow.
Well, I hope they like swimming in the cove.
So we've only got about 3 inches around here. 4 inches. 4 inches in Fort Myers. Cape Coral's already got 5 inches. You guys are in trouble. Yo, they've been getting a lot of rain in Northport too. They're up to 8 inches in Northport. Oh my! Look at this. Northport's already got 8 inches of water. You know, talking about rain accumulation, 10 inches in Portonda. Look, 20 inches in Bradenton. Lakewood Ranch, 20 inches already. Wow.
That's gonna be some flash flood.
Wow. Is this like for the whole event?
So far.
I think this is gonna be for the whole event.
Oh.
Okay, so you know, there's a lot. I see a lot of rain in this area here. Let me explain to you guys what happens in in the Pasco, Hernando, north of Tampa. So this area up here, there's a lot of flooding. So you got the Withlacoochee River. You have Homosassa. You know, the Big Bend region of Florida. I don't think you're going to have this dramatic storm surge. If the storm had gone somewhere else, it was definitely possible for the Big Bend to get storm surge, but I don't think you're going to get it. Homosassa, the Withlacoochee River, like Rutland in here, this will be bad. The Withlacoochee River is a horrible river. So if you've moved to Inverness area, I know look how beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful, gorgeous. No doubt about it. But when it rains, these rivers flood. And they flood big and they flood long. And it's a long, drawn-out event. So Rutland, areas of Inverness, Lake Pantyhose.
Panasaki.
Lake Pantyhose, Katie. Lake Pantyhose. I don't know what's going to happen with the Nellen on the Rainbow River. But it meets the Withlacoochee River. So all this area here, known for a lot of flooding. So, river flooding takes a long time to go away. So that's kind of one of the downsides of that. Why aren't the super shots showing up? Like sometimes when I live stream over here, like it'll show me how much we've got throughout the whole thing.
Because you're not doing it direct through.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can hear the wind outside. It's starting to get windy. Alright. So it doesn't matter. So if I miss you, I'm sorry. I mean, we're managing like 4 devices, 3 phones. We got 3 phones running through here. Let me see if on my phone will let me do it. It might. Let me see it.
No, like.
No? Let's see if it'll let me see it on my phone. Oh, that's hooked up to...
No.
Let's see if it'll let me see it. Alright, guys. So, where we're at now, let's see. So, this area here, lots of flooding expected in this region. We're talking, consider Inverness, that area. If you get rain up there, rainfall, heavy accumulation. The same thing with the Manatee River and the Mayaka River. This area is kind of a very slow-flowing area, so I wouldn't doubt that this area, which is kind of around Mayaka, could definitely have some sustained, prolonged flooding. Peace River as well. So I think, this area's going to expect, if you're going to get a lot of rainfall, you're definitely going to have to deal with that. I'm glad that...
It's so hot.
What happened?
It's hot.
In here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot. Let's look at the winds real quick right now. We're starting to finally, you see the blues. Those are the sustained 60 mile per hour winds. The big winds are finally approaching Naples. So it looks like Naples will actually be the first Bayshore, Port Royal. Naples will be the first place to get some considerable winds out of this. Landfall is still in the air. Let me look at the track and see if it keeps moving east. It continues to move east. But Naples is already... they haven't changed it in a while. It's still the same track, so let's get rid of that. Let's make that disappear. What's 3D? Oh, okay. Oh, that's to see the whole world through 3D. Let's go back to 2D. Okay. But Naples, looks like Naples will be the first place wind. What's going on here? What am I doing, y'all? Hold on one sec. Okay, here we go. Alright, guys, so you see these blues, these baby blues. That's like the more serious, considerable wind. And it looks like, for a fact, Naples will probably be the first place to get into the 16 mile per hour sustained winds. Okay, Mike Anderson gives us $5. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Drops the mic on us, bro. Appreciate that, bro. And if I've missed any other super shots, I'm sorry. I've never had this many people on here, so I have no idea what's going on. Is anybody going to be knee-high in the Lehigh? If you're going to be knee-high in the Lehigh, say knee-high in the Lehigh. Y'all going to understand why I say knee-high in the Lehigh. Lehigh Acres, we're going to be knee-high, baby. You about to find out about knee-high in the Lehigh. I think, yeah, it'll be a considerable, like, either Central Florida and Northeast Florida. You're going to have a considerable weather event. No doubt about it. Is it going to be catastrophic? No. But for us here, along the coast, it's definitely possible. Somehow we still have power. Let me just give my shout outs to whoever has the ability to give us power. Because we still have power here, knee-high in the Lehigh. Lakeland, considerable weather event. Katie, you want to... I got to use the bathroom for a minute. You want to just, like, read some comments back to him for a minute?
Hello, people.
Just read back some comments for a minute. I got to use the bathroom.
The minute where I go half asleep, you decide to go to the bathroom.
I
I know. Try and make somebody so I can go to Alabama. Nah, I could go if I wanted. 14 inches of rainfall. Yep. Hey, Phil. Yep. I don't know. It's coming in at some point. What's that? Huh? That must be the eye. That is the eye. 89. 64. 44. That looks like a snowstorm.
What are you talking about?
It turned white.
Click on it. Click on it. It'll tell you where the winds are. Looks like Naples is going to get... I'm going to go outside real quick and see what's looking.
Okay.
If you click on a spot, it'll tell you the sustained winds. Go interact with them a little bit.
Hey, y'all. I'm feeling good. I just need to sleep. Because, it's going to be crazy here. For, like, the next... I'm better than Jose. Yeah, for the next, like... I would say 24 hours. It's going to be kind of odd. Yeah. Yeah, hi, Crystal. I haven't seen you in a while. Cool. Hey. Yeah, it's the eye.
Okay. It's just a little bit of wind outside. It's not much.
I don't know. The thunder gave.
Want to go to sleep? Let me get in there?
Yeah.
I got you. I think I need to take a nap, bro. For real.
No, you gotta be news reporter, bro.
News reporter, bro. I need to sleep. This is gonna be. Imagine if we go through this. I haven't even slept. I gotta get some sleep, y'all. We still got over 1,000 people on here. 3 to 8 inches of rain. Yeah, it's gonna be scary, y'all. I'm gonna have to. I don't know how we've had the ability to stay on this long. I am just surprised. I can assure you, it looks like Naples will be the first place to really get some considerable winds. But it looks like all along the coast, even far up, like even as far as Venice. Let me see what Venice is doing right now. 36 miles per hour in Venice. Go get some rest. I don't want to leave the live stream. There's so many of you guys here. It's like I've never had this many people. It's like I don't want to leave the live stream. I've never got so much money from a live stream. I've never had so many people on here. I feel like I'd be betraying 1,000 people if I left right now. But I really do. I haven't slept the whole night. I've been nervous, scared. I mean, our house is not even boarded up. I think we'll be alright, though. Now that I see this and I understand it, eventually we're going to have, sustained winds of 100 miles an hour coming through here. I hope you guys feel more refreshing. But it's been a real pleasure to have so many people. Tranquilo, man. Nashville says tranquilo, man. There's other reporters out there. This is for you. Yeah, no, for real though. But I was watching. So like, I wasn't even gonna go live and do this because I thought we would run out of power. I thought we would be out of. I would love to even take a shower right now. Take a shower real quick before I go to sleep because I'm not gonna be able to take a shower, like a real shower, for a few days probably. New subscriber. Hey, Miss Candy, thank you so much. Please subscribe. Mario Lara, saludos. Please subscribe. If you're not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. And put on the notification bell because we're going to be showing you guys all the aftermath, all that crap. You guys are going to get some incredible... You guys are going to get more content in the next few days. I appreciate, but... I need a moderator to get these cons out. Well, here's a problem. I've never had this many people. Okay? I've never had... Usually our live streams might have 100 people, 200 if we're lucky. So... I have moderators for, 100 people watching at a time, but we had 3,000 people earlier, so and you got people that are at home. Nashby, Jose makes me mod. Oh yeah, Nashby, you're good. I hope you're the real Nashby. Nashby, I will make you a mod in the future. Let's see here. I'm gonna add you as a moderator.
You don't even have this one on?
I'll make Nashby. Do what? Turn it on. Yeah. So Nashby's a moderator. The problem with moderating is that like I said, we have 20 times more people than we usually do. So I know it's been crazy. Nashby is a great. We had Mike helping us through most of the live stream. Mike did an incredible job.
Modding in a minute. So.
Yeah. Naples is not as strong as Marco. Well, Marco Island's been getting some pretty good wins. It looks like Naples will be the first place to actually get some pretty good, serious wins. Like, let's refresh this one more time. Naples is already getting 45-mile-per-hour winds. Marco Island, 50-mile-per-hour winds. Cape Coral, 40-mile-per-hour winds in Cape Coral. Along the coast of Englewood, Venice, so we're getting there. We'll start to see some more serious action here in the next little bit. Yeah, but it's been definitely crazy to moderate this many people. Calypso King, hey, wow, I hope you guys are well. Yes, it's starting to pummel. Yeah, I hope you're okay down there in Naples. You guys are gonna see, Probably not. I hope you evacuate. I hope you're not in Naples. Yeah. But no, it's not that bad. Naples, you're gonna get some serious, typical hurricane stuff. I'm going so that's gonna be flooded. Oh yeah. Thanks, man. Don't worry, I got you. Yeah, I got you, Nashville. Appreciate the support. Danielle is pounding. Calypso Kings is in the house. Lots of good people here. I'm actually going to make Calypso King a moderator as well. You're a moderator. Welcome on board, Calypso King. You're a moderator. I've never had 1,000 people on here, so it's been hard to really, and it's been incredible. We had 3,000 people earlier, so it was like, wow, how do I even moderate this much? But Mike did an awesome job. Mike started messaging me in private because people were giving me $50 super chats and whatever. I wasn't even seeing them, so I was like, wow, what do I do now? Do you know why the winds are northeast? Depends where you are. Depends on what part of the storm you're in. Key West hasn't had non-stop winds for a while. But again, they're out in the middle of the ocean. Mm-hmm. It's funny how Miami's had pretty consistent winds throughout this whole thing. But definitely, wherever the eye wall goes will be catastrophic. I think Northport, Cape Coral, it's similar, very similar to Hurricane Charlie, which is exactly what I told you guys 24 hours ago. I made the video saying it's going to be Hurricane Charlie. Dennis says, hi, I'm in Bradenton. Really appreciate you guys. Maybe mention the names of your channel, Southern Life, periodically. It's just stumbled onto you guys. Yes, our channel's called Southern Life. Jose and Katie, we travel all across America, and we're very good at Florida where we live. Katie is from Michigan.
Calypso
Go
says
Blue.
she'll mod.
Yeah, she's on. Hey, Danny Drew. Let's talk to Danny Drew real quick. Jose, aplicación de edificio. Ningún porcentaje de pago de YouTube. Aplicación segura y segura. Se puede obtener en la tienda de Google Play. Ningún porcentaje de pago a YouTube. No, I'm okay with that then, Drew. I'm glad you're back on the channel. I hope you're doing well. And shout outs to everybody watching from Alabama. I'll moderate for you. You haven't a clue, but I have learned. Yeah, Calypso, like if you see somebody acting a fool, like a complete fool, you can click on them, you can put them in timeout, or you can like, I think you're only allowed to put them in timeout.
Corn Cob in the house is another
Corn
mob.
Cob is a mob as well. We got a few. We'll get this in order. It's just people that have been with our channel for a while that I do it with because, but we've had people that have been on our channel for a while and then they go crazy. Like, what happens if one of your mods like just flips on you? I always wonder what happens if one of your moderators flips on you.
You can like take the moderator status away.
Yeah, I guess. I've never had it happen because I imagine if like a moderator flipped on you, they could pretty much ruin your live stream.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen like Aaron Carter go live and his mods are like flipping on him.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. But yeah,
moving it and blocking it.
Yeah. It can definitely go sour. A moderator revolt. Yeah, Katie's apparently seen this on Aaron Carter, but that's a crazy YouTuber, man. That's wild.
I watched that like 3 years ago. It was interesting.
Okay, Lakeland. So Lakeland, you're not gonna get catastrophic stuff, but as the storm moves further, let's move in the timeline here. Wow, at some point you're gonna be pretty close to the eye of this thing, but even then your sustained winds are gonna be not that strong. Okay, so sometimes the eye wall stays pretty strong. Knee high in the Lehigh.
Lehigh Acres, Florida.
Sometimes the so with Lakeland, you'll get some pretty good, you know. The eye wall can sometimes stay pretty strong, and it'll push sustained winds. Like, let's flip this to sustained winds. And this is a forward, this is forward in the time. This will be Thursday at 2 in the morning. Let me see if I can look at sustained winds.
We have West Virginia in the house.
West Virginia, wow, I'm wanted there.
West Virginia, Alabama. I wonder if we have Mississippi.
Let's see, wind gust. So with wind gust, yeah, you'll get 100-mile-per-hour wind gust. Oh wow, yeah. So you'll still get wind gusts of 100 miles an hour in Lakeland. That's considerable. Yeah, you'll feel it in Lakeland. So yeah, once this thing's at about, and yeah, you'll get. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna feel it. Even Tampa is gonna be approaching 100 miles. I guess like. Yeah, even Plant City, you'll feel 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
New Mexico in the house?
New Mexico in the house, for real. Yeah, Lakeland, yeah, you'll get, these are not sustained winds. These are wind gusts. 100-mile wind gust is 100-mile wind gust. You'll definitely know it's blowing outside. But, you know, even parts of Tampa are going to get 80-mile wind gusts, 92. Even Dade City, and look, they got Zephyr Hills. I'm worried about Zephyr Hills because 100-mile-per-hour wind gust says 88, 90. If let's say by any chance you got 100-mile-per-hour wind gust in Zephyr Hills, that's all mobile homes there. So, hey, we just did a video in Lakeland we haven't released. We just did a video in Plant City we haven't released. So in the next days, I'll upload a bunch. I already uploaded. I just gotta publish a bunch of videos of these places right before the storm, so that will be interesting. Like, I've done videos all through here that I haven't published yet. So look, even
one in Cuba, I'm sure that's wrong.
Look, Frostproof could hit 92-mile-per-hour wind gust all along, Avon Park. If they, by any chance they could get 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts, there's a lot of mobile homes, and let me tell you, there's elderly people.
Mississippi in the house too.
Mississippi, why have you forsaken me?
More and more.
Places? The wind?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been through hurricanes that have been terrifying, bro. We've been through some of these hurricanes. So yeah, Central Florida, you will get some considerable wind gusts. Let me move this forward and see what it does. Boom, boom. But see now, like by the time it gets to here, by the time it gets to Davenport, they think it'll be like way less. So Lakeland could hit 100 mile per hour wind gust, but then it's gonna weaken, and then when it comes out the other side, it'll get strong again. So
I think it's just gonna like. So it's probably just gonna like obliterate Fort Myers and all that.
yeah, we're definitely in trouble down here. There's
Yeah.
no doubt about that. Fort Myers, Cape Coral.
My fear is that it's gonna go in the.
But see, already
Waxahachie, like go in the river bend.
come this way. Already, there's 106 mile per hour wind gusts just outside of Naples. Okay, so like what? 18 miles outside of Naples, you already got 100 mile per hour wind gusts right now.
Nashby is worried about our family in Naples. Well, his dad is.
No,
here.
that is in the same house we're in right now.
Yeah.
That we brought that up. My brother,
He's somewhere safe.
my brother went to an apartment complex that's near Interstate 75. I think my brother is somewhere. One of my I got family over here by Immokalee Road, so I got family all through here. I also have family over here. But nobody. My family, we all left. My family lives real near the water. I do have family members that live right here as well, off of Wiggins Pass Road, which is literally on the beach. So all my family's from this area here, but most of them have gone inland with the other family members that live further out. I also got some family members that live out in the Golden United States. I don't know what he did. He didn't communicate with anybody in the family, so who knows where he's at. But he usually stays at some rich people's house, you know.
Oh, he's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, he kisses up to rich people, so he stayed at some rich person's house. But last time, the house that he stayed at was right behind the Caloosahatchee River, and they almost got storm surge inside. Oh, hilarious.
Okay, that's not good.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's gonna stay. We're still at about over 1,000 people. Wauchula's gonna get it bad. I think Arcadia and Wauchula are gonna get it bad. And I did videos in Wauchula that I haven't published yet. So I have a video of Wauchula.
Congratulations. Why are you doing this now?
Who?
Nashby just deleted the message.
Can a moderator flip another like let's say like if two of my moderators like get mad at each other, could they like flip?
I don't know.
But back to this win, guys.
He's doing a good job.
Already, right outside of Naples, you got 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So Naples will be the first place to actually feel some serious crap. Probably followed by like already. Look, they've had 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts on Marco Island. 78 miles per hour in Marco Island already. Crazy. Sanibel's already had 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Sanibel. 75. Look, they've already had 70-mile-per-hour gusts in parts of Cape Coral and Punta Rasa, Iona. Our area.
Says it's cold in Tally.
Yeah, there's a cold front up that way. So yeah, there's already been some pretty.
So it's pushing it down here.
Yeah. I'm in Naples. Yeah, Naples. You're gonna be I think Naples might be the first place to actually feel.
I don't know why it's blocking that, but.
Hey, has it moved further south?
I think so.
Let me look at this real quick. They haven't changed it, but it looks like it just keeps moving closer and closer to Naples. Yeah, I think Naples Fort Myers is gonna get.
Well, I don't think St. Pete will get it directly.
It won't be catastrophic.
But it won't be
It won't be catastrophic. But it says it's gonna hit Category 4 before it lands, so it's gonna strengthen up even more.
It's blocking the word Tally for some reason.
Not sure. It might be in a different language. A problem.
No, anyone. I've seen 5 comments already blocked with Tally that I've had to release.
Tallahassee.
Yeah.
No, you're good up that way. Jose, do you see the bear running through Mercado in May? I think it was in the news. Yeah, yeah, of course. I saw it on the news. Black bears are very normal. Let me move my microphone. You guys might hear a little bit of weird noise. You guys know that Naples has, in Collier County, Naples area, close to 1,000 black bears in this county. And they've spotted a black bear right here at Mercado. I want to mention that not only It's been a weird thing. Not only have we not lost power, we also have had incredibly fast internet. It's been the weirdest thing ever. Mercado is right here in North Naples, and I guess in these little woods here, there's black bears living in these woods, and probably in this community here, probably like a marsh. You know, they live in the woods. There's also they've spotted black bears in here as well. The old Collier Golf Club.
Marco's not 51 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen black bears in Imperial Golf Course. They're always seeing black bears in here. I've seen black bears in this wooded area here in North Naples. So yeah, it's definitely normal. Look at all these mobile homes. Caribbean Park. This area's gonna get destroyed
So
as
Marco,
usual.
like, they won't respond to anything now.
Yeah.
Unless, right now, Florida has a thing where if it's more than 45 miles an hour, they're not going to respond.
So let me refresh this one more time. It looks like these pretty strong winds are gonna start. Naples is gonna start to have. I guess Naples is will for sure be the first place to get some considerable winds. Let me look at wind gust again. Let's look at wind gust again. Yup. Bonita's already hit. Let's see. 65. Cape Coral's already hit 66, so we're still pretty far. We're by where it says River Hall, so we're still pretty far inland. Yeah, it's right on our doorstep, Southwest Florida.
It's Category 4 now.
It's just hit Category 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strengthening.
4, yeah.
Wow!
It's going to come in with a punch.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah.
There's been 160 mile per hour gusts right now in the center. That is terrifying, guys.
Mobile homes are going to be destroyed.
Dude.
Actual all neighborhoods.
Are you guys seeing this right now? Wind gusts in the center of this crap are going to be pushing 160 miles an hour. Wherever this eye wall lands is going to be catastrophic. That is terrifying. And you know what? It could be us because we're here.
Yeah.
It could be us. Could be Northport. So, wow. Are you guys seeing this? 161.
It's probably going to be us.
That's insane. And the fact that we're in a house now where pretty much that's not boarded up, guys. Like my house, the landlord did not board it up. Talk about slumlording. Cape Coral is tan... Oye, el único, bro, no uses más palabras, el único, papi, porque te la van a bloquear. Okay? So, el único, papi, I saw what you said, papi, but keep in mind, if you use the F word, they're going to block your message. So, try not to use profanity. But yeah, we're in trouble. This is terrifying. This is scary. You know, I don't even think whatever. Not good at all, guys. Terrifying. Can you imagine 160 mile per hour wind gust? I mean, you're talking ripping roofs off, ripping you know, solar panels coming off, windows blowing out. You're talking like this isn't like
It's gonna be terrifying.
this is terrifying. You know?
Oh my gosh.
And even places pretty far inland.
I mean, I'm an adult. I can withstand this. This is gonna be to children in this area. It's gonna be completely frightening.
Yeah. And frightening for us too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking that's windows blowing out. That's, you know.
Yeah.
That's like freaking garage doors blowing in. Is a possibility.
Ooh.
Yeah, garage doors can get blown in. If this crap right here were just to slide this way to where we are, like we got, let's say 148 mile per hour wind gust out here or something, dude, like you're talking your garage door blowing out, windows blowing out. Terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, if we this is like roof gone.
Anybody know where Cantor is?
This is gonna be terrifying. This is
Where did they put Jim Cantor?
absolutely terrifying. I mean, it's just setting in. Yeah, and not only that, look how far out. Okay, here's the scarier part about this. Look how far out. Look how wide. You're talking 80 miles. You're talking about an 80-mile area that has sustained winds 150, 160, 148. That is
Yes.
terrifying.
Sergeant Bob says something interesting. During Charlie, Sanibel recorded 139 mile an hour damage was moderate. This will be catastrophic.
This is catastrophic. Let me just be clear, guys. Wherever this eye wall lands, this is catastrophic. And this is now. It will probably strengthen up a little bit more. It could have hit a category. It could hit category 4. I'm not sure. I just know that this is, for us here in Southwest Florida, this will be the scariest thing we've ever been through. And that we and Katie are in a matter of hours without sleeping all night. We're going to face some very scary crap here. This is going to be catastrophic. This is going to be
Jim
scary.
Cantor is at Tootsie's reporting on floods.
Where's Tootsie's? I don't know where that's at.
Tootsie, goodbye. My grandpa used to listen to that song.
This is concerning, for real.
In
Best
Delray
fishing weather.
Or in...
Calypso's having panic. Oh, Calypso, the thing is, you're in Naples. You're... Did you board up your house? I don't know. But Calypso, after this, you're going to be a graduate of Florida.
Yeah.
If you are in Corlear, Lee, Charlotte, Sarasota, Manatee, even DeSoto, you're going to graduate as a Floridian. The biggest winds I've seen is 124 miles an hour.
Tootsie's in Hialeah.
Isn't that a club? That's a club. Why is he in a club in Hialeah? He got scared?
Probably.
When Jim Cantori... Hold on.
He went to Hialeah. What is he...
Why is he
losing his edge?
Okay, when Jim Cantori is afraid to be there... Dude, this is going to be catastrophic, bro. When Jim Cantori left... Dude, this is going to be... I'm not even... Yeah. He's in a club during a hurricane. He's at Tootsie's. You guys are kidding. Y'all making that up. There's no way that's real. There's no way that's real. Yo, this is starting to set in. This is wild.
Like, there should be a Jim Cantori
First of all,
tracker.
With 120 mile per hour wind gust, you at least want to have your windows boarded. We have a 6x6 glass window in our bedroom that it's like one of those sliding glass doors. It's not boarded up. It does have a nice screen on the outside. This is going to be absolutely terrifying. Esto va a ser de madre. This is going to be wow. He's in Sarasota. Okay, that's more realistic.
Yeah.
That's definitely more realistic. Tootsie's in Hialeah. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Juice knew this is how Northeasterners do. Yeah. You'll be okay in Orlando. It won't be catastrophic. Oh, yeah, your neighbors have a lot of garbage outside. Luckily, my neighbors are very good.
They put Jim in the...
I parked the car inside the garage. I moved everything out of the garage, and I got the car inside I got the red Camry inside the garage. The pickup truck is on the driveway. Take you to the stratosphere. This is terrifying. Well, where are you going, Jose? There's nowhere to go. I mean, we're here at the house. You can't leave this late. But that's terrifying. There's nothing to board it up. We couldn't get any materials to board it up.
Yeah.
And the house that I'm at is rented, and it's the landlord's responsibility. And the landlord apparently gave no craps about anything. Mm-hmm. So, let me see if there's any tornadoes back around. Let me refresh this real quick. No tornadoes right now. The good thing is it's kind of dry. It might even stop raining for a little bit.
Yesidio says, hide your kids, hide your wife.
We got Huntsville, Alabama in the house. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Ian's in the house. Yeah, this is going to be like if it's a Category 5, right. These wind gusts are Category 5 wind gusts. So, if this... Let's say this ran through Fort Myers. If my whole entire roof was gone by the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised. This is coming at us, bro. We are right here. Some people watching this are watching from Northport, Punta Gorda, Cape Coral. We're all in this together, bro. Crazy crap. Yeah, we're in Florida. We are in Fort Myers. We're down here. We're in this.
The wind is picking up.
You can hear the wind picking up?
Yeah.
Let me refresh this one last time. Let's see what the winds are looking, where the wind gusts are looking like here now.
I'm here, folks.
Yeah, we're getting 50 mile per hour gusts already.
Mhm.
So there's definitely wind pushing through here.
Well,
Think about I think Immokalee will be okay, surprisingly.
Nothing's gonna happen to Immokalee either way. So.
What's your problem with Immokalee?
No, it's.
I don't
really
like
well
the way.
built.
I don't like the way you said it.
Other than trailers, it's pretty well built.
I wouldn't say that either, but sure. So we've already had 70 mile per hour winds along Fort Myers Beach. Wind gusts, you know. I hope you and your family are okay and safe. This is starting to worry me. What do you think of going to get Florida and Naples to the east? You'll get some very good, like, Bayshore, East Naples. You're going to get some good winds. I mean, and you'll be the first to get them, probably. You're going to get some pretty good winds, but it's not going to be catastrophic. Where it will be catastrophic is wherever this freaking eye wall goes through. I mean, let me see if they haven't changed the track at all since... What I find crazy is that they haven't changed the track one bit. It's been the same track for a while now.
Yeah.
They haven't changed it at all. I find that of concern to a good degree. I find that somewhat concerning. But Naples, yeah, East Naples, you're going to be the first one to get the considerable winds. How many miles is the host from the coast? Well, I'm probably... It's a 45-minute drive. I'm not sure. Maybe 28 miles, 26 miles.
Cat 5?
Hmm?
Is it a Cat 5?
The sustained winds, no, but the wind gusts, yeah. This is wild.
This is getting scary.
Yeah, this is gonna be wild, bro. This is probably... We should have probably left.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, like... You think because you've been through 2 or 3 Category 3s that you know... But this is a whole different ballgame. This is catastrophic. Wherever this goes will be like... Like, literally, we're not even... Not only that... You might as well just leave Southwest Florida for 3 or 4 weeks. There ain't gonna be restaurants open, nothing. I mean, we packed food for 4 or 5 days, right? Most. This is not a 4 or 5 day thing. This is this is what you're gonna find out why Florida sucks. If you're new down here, you're gonna find out. At least the area that gets these wind gusts.
Oh.
No, don't never go to a shelter.
No.
They were fighting. There's gang riots. Like, going to a shelter during a hurricane is like going to a prison. People are getting robbed. They're getting extorted. Don't ever go to a shelter. Like, shelters are like being in a prison riot, basically. Yeah, Venice is gonna get it for real. Venice. Yeah, we still don't know which way.
We're starting to get a lag in the signal.
Okay, yeah, so if we're finally getting lagging signal, I don't even know how we haven't lost power yet. I really want to shower. I'm going to shower. I want to shower before we lose power. Yeah, I want to shower before. I've been sweating a lot. I'm kind of stressed. A direct hit from a Category 5 about a mile offshore. Wow, that's scary. Yeah, I would compare. I mean, I've never stayed in a shelter, but I've heard it's like being in a prison riot.
Dude, you're out.
What's going on?
Oh, just... It always ends up in held for review.
80 mile per hour winds or higher is enough to knock a person off their feet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, for sure. And how much water, like, even if it's like 50 mile per hour winds, 50 mile per hour winds combined with really heavy rain can be pretty powerful too. Yeah, New Orleans, no power for weeks, exactly. You're going to have no power for weeks, so... we have to start thinking about what we're going to do when we leave here. We're going to probably... Danny Drew, José, ¿estás avergonzando durante tanto tiempo cuando... José, he estado avergonzado tanto tiempo cuando pedí tu llamada, cuando viniste a verme. Escucho tu canal, pero no digo nada. Raso por seguridad. Bro, Danny Drew, you ain't gotta worry, my man. Like, I don't know what you're going through, bro. So it's all good. I'm glad you're. I'm really happy to see you. I'm just glad you're here today, man, and I'm glad you're here with us today. And it's definitely gonna be some scary times. I can understand if you have some bad feelings based on some of the things I've said. You know, moving to Alabama and moving back was difficult for me. If you're from there, I can understand how you feel, man. I got some videos coming from the St. Petersburg area for you in the next few days or whatever. Maybe a week or two, depending on how much hurricane coverage I got to do. I understand, my man, so there's nothing to explain. I'm glad you're here. And that's all that matters, bro, so. Alright, guys, we're starting to lose signal. I'm starting to lose signal. Bob says he spent 29 days on Sanibel without power after Charlie. I wouldn't doubt it. Stream, hold on, y'all. Yeah, eventually we're going to lose signal, guys. I mean, I don't even know how we haven't lost power yet. That's what I wondered. Because let's see how much wind we got in our area.
I don't think you're going to be able to take your shower, boy.
Well, I'd rather take it real quick and be done. We've had 50-mile-per-hour gusts and we still have power. We still have internet. Like, that's been wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this will be. We're gonna have to leave probably. I mean, I feel like I wish I had left right now, but obviously I haven't slept. We got nowhere to go. But being this close to the coast, knowing it's gonna be this strong, I have my regrets about this already. Like I already feel like we're gonna live the night in a few hours. I'm sitting here talking to you guys like normal now, but I feel like in a few hours, I'm gonna be living the nightmare of a lifetime. Yeah. I feel like we're going to be living on the nightmare of a lifetime here in a minute. If the house was boarded up, I would feel safer, but it's not. You know? I feel like we're really going to experience some terrifying events here in the next little bit. Like, I'm sitting here having this normal conversation with you guys, but I feel that this is going to be terrifying. I can hear wind banging outside already.
Yeah.
I don't know how we haven't lost power. Yes, exactly what you said there with women. Yeah, these shelters are bad. The same thing you're mentioning in New Orleans happened here as well. So, shelters are bad. They're basically like prison riots. If going to a shelter, it's like going to a prison riot. You're better off staying at home. But I'm starting to realize, you know, if this place was boarded up, if we had hurricane shelters, I'd feel safer. But every time I've stayed at a house during a hurricane, we've had hurricane sheltered. I mean, literally, like, it wouldn't take 100-mile-per-hour wind to blow that window. I'm 2 feet from a window that, with 100-mile-per-hour wind, I'm sure would blow out. So, not looking good, guys. This is terrifying at this point. Just to sit here and actually contemplate the idea that we're gonna be. Look at this crap. I mean, 160-mile-per-hour winds. That is, and it's wind gusts. It's 165-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Like, dude, that is insane. Crazy, 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 crazy. I didn't board up because I couldn't find materials to board up. And it's a rental property. I don't own it. It was the landlord's responsibility, and they didn't seem to care. So it's like, just drive out of the state. No, I'm not driving. These are not driving.
Right
these are not driving conditions. No. You got to stay where you're at.
You're done. You can't drive.
Yeah.
You're wherever you are now.
Well, that's my creative thoughts. That's my creative thoughts. I understand that that's your belief that a shelter is a place to go. I'm just letting you know that last time people were getting stabbed, people were being hurt. That's what happened in the shelters here last time. I don't know what part of the country you live in, but I'll tell you this. Last time I heard horror stories out of people who stay in shelters. So, you know, we could just agree to disagree. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, I'm just giving you my personal opinion. This is stronger than Katrina and Sandy. I hadn't even thought about that. This is going to be horrendous. We're going to live the nightmare of a lifetime in the next little bit here. Mm-hmm. And windows are going to be blowing out. Probably We got solar panels on the roof. They might break the roof off. We're gonna live like the nightmare of a lifetime here in the next few hours. Get everything set up in the bathroom. Sounds like a plan. I wonder if I could flip the camera and they can see us. If I can set up and they can see us kind of.
Is there a camera?
It's not worth the hassle. But we should probably start thinking about. We do have a bathtub. We have a bathroom that's very well sheltered. Stay put and get some snorkels and life jackets. Looking good. You'll be fine. Jose. No, toda madre. And nobody boarded up their houses. Like, in my neighborhood, I think maybe 20% of people boarded up their houses. You know. Katrina was a Category 3 when it hit New Orleans. Go figure. It's worse than Katrina for sure. Yeah. One of the listeners said shelter was pleasant. Hey, maybe you went to a good... There are good shelters out there. But here in Southwest Florida, some of the ones that I've heard horror stories from... I specifically had somebody who loves me call me and tell me, make sure you don't end up at a shelter because this is what goes down. So crazy. Wow, yeah, people in Northport. Yeah, we're going to live some scary moments here. You could sleep through that? No, I haven't slept all night, so... Alright, guys, so we're going to face some serious moments. Lehigh and the Lehigh. That right there is the definition of Florida. Worse than Katrina, yeah. It's, shelter may be the safest place at this point. I'm not moving already. We're here. It is a block. Yeah, it's a CBS. It's a well-built house. The problem is that we didn't board it up. No renter's insurance. It's a very informal contract.
What time should we go into the bathroom?
You'll know. Yeah, a hotel would have been a good option, but we couldn't. Most hotels ended up being in the evacuation zones. Okay, so creative thoughts. I had a good experience in a shelter in Ocala there in Irma. I have nothing bad to say. Okay, but here's the thing. Irma in Ocala. That's like 200, 300 miles inland. Okay? There's a difference between Ocala so far inland versus where we're getting hit directly. Like, building codes are different up that way than they are here. It's a whole different scenario. Storm surge is not a concern here, no. We're not worried about storm surge here. I'm not sure, but Category 4 is pushing the limit of where structural damage becomes a serious concern.
Yeah, we've already got the tub of water.
We got the tub filled with water. 82 miles per hour in Sanibel. Yeah, Marco Island's already getting good. But 107 miles right off of. Yeah, already. Like, there's already just offshore in Southwest Florida. Looks like Naples might be the first place to get 100 miles an hour. Just offshore from Naples, we're talking good, strong winds. We're getting there. I'm in Fort Myers. Nashville, let me click on that and see. Let me click on that and see, but either way, we're far inland. We're very far inland. It would take a lot of storm surge to make a difference here. We're just so far inland. We're just so far inland that it's almost I just don't know how we haven't lost power. I'm looking at the map right now.
Oh, he's looking on his phone.
Yeah, exactly what I've said. Buckingham. Parts of we're not in that part of Buckingham though, but there will be storm surge along Orange River. But we're outside of that. We're good on that. So I'm outside of that area. For sure I'm outside of that area. But very close to me. I won't be able to get out of my neighborhood, I'll tell you that much. I moved from 5 years ago. Yeah, I'm definitely worried. I'm not gonna lie. This is just kind of concerning to me. Definitely concerning.
They're saying power's been going in and out in Naples.
Okay, I can't believe power's been like that. Still, power has not been lost. For the most part, we've had power the whole night, and we've had internet, which is like what I don't understand is.
We have power because the storm hasn't even really started yet.
Yeah, but it will soon. They're gonna start. They'll shut down the grid on purpose. Can you put your cursor where you guys are, since people are asking? Yeah. We're in. I've said it a few times. River Hall. So where it says River Hall, we're there. We're in this area here. I don't want to be too specific about the area, but we're in this area out here. We're out here between Buckingham, River Hall. We're out here somewhere. Lehigh. We're in this area here. It's just to the east of Fort Myers.
We're getting love out of Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, take me home to the place in Duval County where crime is out of control.
You don't need to scream.
I can finally hear like some considerable wind outside.
Yeah.
You don't need to scream. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. You don't need to scream. I can hear stuff crashing outside already. Like it's starting to like. I think we're gonna lose power here. Let me get the flashlight ready.
Yeah.
Let me start getting things like really start.
In order.
Put the flashlight over here.
We'll be okay.
Get the flashlight ready. I think I wanted to shower because I'm all sweaty.
How'd you get sweaty?
It's just stress. I want to shower. I guess I'll have to walk over the. Yeah, this is terrifying, y'all. Like for real. I'm gonna shower, Katie. You wanna talk to them, or you wanna in the live stream?
I'll talk for
Talk to them. All right, Katie's gonna talk to you guys for a minute. I'm gonna shower because I feel sweaty and
Put my glasses
I want to shower before we lose power. I guess whatever water I shower in, I'll let it hit the shower, and then it can be part of the toilet flushing water. Duval, go take a shower before it's too late. Yeah, I won't be able to take a shower for several days, so guess we'll get that out of the way.
Yeah. That's odd.
What?
Something just hit my head.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and shower.
It's not water.
I'm gonna change this clothes. It's already sweaty.
Okay.
Talk to him.
Hey, I think there's stuff in the dryer from the last load.
Share. Look at the share right here.
Yep. You're 3 miles from the core. Wow, there is a lot of purple. Say moving now. He's showered. Don't worry.
We'll get in the shower.
It's all yellow.
The yellow is
154 mile gusts.
Yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah, wind gusts. It is all yellow. 160 mile gusts.
It gets scary when we move into the closet.
In the closet? The closet's probably more comfortable.
In the bathroom? It's probably not as safe, but it's definitely more comfortable.
We need to be in the bathroom.
I think the bathroom's safe. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah. It's not the time to move in yet, but yeah.
Hey, do I have underwear? You pack it all?
I probably packed it all.
Oh, crap, bro.
5 a.m. update coming out. Okay. Let's find this out. What is the 5 a.m. update, folks?
You packed all my underwear?
Yeah,
Which
because
bag? The blue or the red?
Ian's still a category 3, it looks like. There's underwear in both bags, love.
I found one over here.
Okay, Pepe.
Now we packed our stuff because we know we're probably not gonna leave.
I'm like, yeah, I ain't staying for the aftermath.
Sweater over here.
Yeah, it's definitely raining outside. It sounds very windy outside, but it's not too bad yet, so we'll see.
Stuff in the washer, you didn't put it in the dryer?
Oh, I didn't do that?
Yeah, you didn't even get the stuff in the dryer like ASAP.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You gonna do it?
I'll do yeah, you do it. Okay. I'll do it. Yeah, you want to get the stuff like dry. Like,
Yeah, it's like, you do it.
every single piece of clothes you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Like there's no, every single piece of clothes you're gonna need.
Yeah. I know because I like passed out, but yeah. Yeah, we're renting, so it's like, well, whatever.
Well, we have a car inside the garage. Is that safe to be inside a car that's inside a garage? Is a car inside a garage safe?
I don't know. Is a car inside a garage? I did not buy him that, and he does not own that. And I can confirm, as his wife, he does not own that. They're asking if you have Starbucks underwear.
I didn't know they made that.
Yeah, we didn't know we made it, so... No, they all closed.
Okay, I'm gonna hop in the shower.
Yes, I call him Pepe.
I want to take my last shower, possibly ever.
True, yeah. Nash B thinks it's safe. No, this is actually our 4th or 5th. It's just different, different conditions than what we've been in the last few times, so. Yeah. Yeah. Move the cursor, you saw 167 miles? Wow. I saw 163. 62. So, yeah. This is gonna be fun. And it looks like it's coming up the levees here. So it's gonna be really fun for us. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get me my Starbucks. Drink it a little bit so I can get some caffeine in me. Yeah, I just want it to be over with. That's the thing. You want it over with, but then the aftermath is worse than the actual storm. I don't drink. I have trouble with processing alcohol, so I just don't drink. Like, it doesn't leave my system for some reason. Because of my metabolism. Yeah, a lot of people do get that way. We're not like that, though, so. We don't have, I don't know what a kettle is, and I know what a kettle is, we just don't have that. Move to Kentucky. I mean, this might tell us to move to Kentucky at this point. I thought it was going to be at like 9:30. Usually they're at like 9:55. Okay. They confirmed it's a category 4. Cat 4. Everyone's saying Cat 4. Yeah. Yeah, we're probably going to go into the bathroom at some point. I mean, it's not the point yet. You always know the point where you need to go. But it just hasn't happened yet. So, yeah, it is twice the size of Charlie. Probably, I thought it was going to come around 8 o'clock. But it could start coming in anytime. Yeah. Naples is starting to have like 80-mile winds. It's going to have 80-mile winds here soon. They're already having 70 miles an hour. And 70 miles an hour is Cat 1. They're having Cat 1 force winds. Yeah, there's going to be a lot. I mean, this is a big storm. But where we're at, it's only about 50 miles an hour right now. But it could, it's going to start speeding up here soon. By the coast, by Cape Coral, it's already at 60. And then you'll move into like 80 here soon. And then it's gonna start happening. Really, really start gonna happening. Yeah. We'll make it through. We've made it through really hard things. We'll make it through this. Yeah. Yeah. When the day is over, when the storms and stuff is over, we'll go out and probably tomorrow morning.
As far as aftermath, they probably won't see it till the next day or two.
Yeah.
Aftermath, they're not going to see it for at least another day or two.
Yeah, aftermath, we probably won't even see it.
No, because tomorrow we're not going to get to see aftermath. Tomorrow's going to be the hurricane on the moon.
We're already in today. Today is the storm. So tomorrow is aftermath for us.
How many people you got?
1,000.
Send it. And we'll let them know what happens.
We'll let you know what happens. And we'll be alright. It may be a little scary.
We've made it through some scary ones.
We've made it through scary ones.
At least we're not in a mobile home this time.
Yeah, we're not in a mobile home this time, so it's gonna be alright.
Check it out, y'all.
Check me out.
Let me end the live stream. There's a specific way I gotta end it.
Okay.
How are you doing? I got somebody texting me. Guys, we're gonna go out. Y'all have a good night. We'll let you know what happened. All best wishes. Use common sense. We'll let you guys know. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell, because I'm sure you're gonna anxiously await to know what the crap was like. Our experience was like. Some of these experiences.
If we can't go live, we'll try to do a community post.
With what we can. So subscribe. At least be able to do some community posts. If I'm not able to get a video out, at least we can do some community posts. So if you check into our channel on the community post, you'll at least yeah. Yeah. So we're out, guys. Love you guys. Thank every last one of you guys for checking in. Make sure you subscribe and get the notification. We'll let you know what happens. There's a specific